Are going live in 3, 2, 1. Gotta blast. Oh shoot. Gotta get out of this page because we are about to go to the Sonic 3 content. On the 12th day of Christmas, Sonic gave to me a villain voiced by Keanu Reeves. On the 12th day of Sonic... Well, no. I butchered the song. 12 days of Christmas, Sonic gave to me to Eggman and the villain voiced by Keanu Reeves. I think that would be something if just to tag along with that 12 Days of Christmas promo. But anyway, alrighty then, my royal chums. It is I, Daniel. You may call me the Pop Culture Dude. And this most likely will be my final stream. Not for this year, but most likely my final stream before I... Oh, I almost dropped my camera. Before I see Sonic the Hedgehog 3 in theaters, literally in 1 week from now. So, before I decide to go offline and just start focusing and grinding on my Eggman cosplay, which I've been cooking up that recently. Secondly, before I make other videos like reviewing the movie, I'm going to make a no spoiler review on my first impressions, see the movie again twice, make my spoilers review, and then probably somewhere January 2025, post my Sonic Movie 4, Sonic Cinematic Universe predictions, and that's the plans for the rest of my content. So without further ado, we'll be talking about the blue carpet premiere. We'll be talking about interviews, Jim Carrey news that you see in the thumbnail, and a lot of Christmas content from Christmas movie parodies, Christmas shorts as well. So there's a whole lot to talk about. So I'm going to be reading the chat right now to see if y'all are alive or available on the Pop Culture Dude channel. And by the way, there's no other guests. It's only just going to be me for this one. And if there's anything that I miss, feel free to let me know down in the chat down below. So let me take a look. And yes, I am aware that the Game Awards show is happening today with that new Movie Shadow DLC for the new Shadow game, which I know that's going to be something. Alrighty then. Oh wow, we only got like 5 people, so good that 5 people are joining again. I'll just make sure I don't join the stream, whether it's too soon or too late. You know what I mean? So we'll get straight to the main topic of the stream. But for now, I'm just going to be promoting because, you know, I'm a content creator. That's what I do. So let me take a look. Promo time. Jingle bells, Sonic smells, Eggman laid an egg. Shadows raining in Tokyo, Knuckles eating grapes. By the way, that was just original because I'm ad-libbing. Unscripted moments. So let's see. Let's put in the Christmas stuff and then add the ice cap zone because that's non-copyrighted music. By the way, the songs are going to be pretty fire. And yeah, if there's any questions or comments, let me know chat down below as I'm going to be ready for it. Let me take a look at my enormous bangus. Let's see here. I think the font words are a bit too long. Yeah, this should be fine. And then what else should I include? I'm going to put this will be my final stream before I go see the movie. I hate stupid autocorrect words. So feel free to join in the chat. The Robotniks have entered the chat. The Robotniks are way worse than one. Double your villains, double your fun. So let's put some ice cap music, not on stream, but for my IG stories. There we go. Follow me, set me free. Trust we will escape from the city. Yeah, free musical shots for anyone that's watching the chat. Speaking of the chat, let me take a look of who's in the chat before we start getting to the actual stream. Hello, Rocket Man 101, aka Definitely Love Your Movie. That's based on Elton John's biopic. Sonic, that's alright. And yeah, if you guys can see from the thumbnail about Jim Carrey sequels, it's literally in my t-shirt. Okay, we see that Sonic make a joke of the Beatles by saying, Paul, George, what was the other one? Paul, George, Ringo, John, whatever his name is. But then you see the Beatles of Ace Ventura, The Mask, The Grinch, and Lloyd. So, I mean, to be fair, the recent Sonic 3 premieres in the UK, and since Jim Carrey specifically talked about The Grinch and The Mask, potentially coming back for the sequels. That's what it's all about. So hello, Julia Bavita. We are about to get started with the whole Sonic Movie 3 hype, and since it is Christmas, it's literally 12 days. So before we get to chatting about all the Sonic stuff recently, and before we get to the red card premiere, how about we just get to the Christmas stuff right away? So let's just start off with this nice promo right here of the 12 Days of Christmas, which is literally right here. And there's the Robot Chicken style skit that we got from the promotions that we got for Sonic 3. But for now, let's sing along with this new Christmas short. But I know there's going to be an advertisement popping up. This is not Bratz! We're watching Sonic the Hedgehog 3! Get off of my timeline! Out! Out! There we go. Hey, they recently just went to London.
The harder I want to hit
Garfield 2.
Sonic the Hedgehog 3. It does look like a Pokemon.
Pika Pika.
Coming soon.
Yep, here we go, chat. So, if you know the words, the lyrics are literally up on top of the stream. So, we're going to get straight to it in 3, 2, 1, go.
The 20th Sonic gave to me.
So that was weird.
12
I'm slapping.
Magnificent.
11 tourists staring.
Okay, you don't...
Lasers leaping 9 lemons passing.
Excuse me, pardon me. Which way to Hogwarts?
Bro, Harry Potter reference. 7 quills are zapping. 6 cows are dancing.
Konnichiwa.
5 golden rings. They intended to do that.
4 holograms.
Fans.
3
3 clouds. I can't even speak. 2 Eggman. And then this one is genius. Villain voiced by Keanu Reeves.
Last words.
Real scary.
So crazy that Keanu Reeves is like literally in the tagline.
Sonic 3. Rated PG. December 20th.
The best Christmas gift that Paramount gave us. Suck it, Disney. Nobody's interested to watch Mufasa. But yo, this shot right here during the villain voiced by Keanu Reeves. I know this is a brand new clip that's been shown, which by the way, we will react to that. There are plenty of new Sonic 3 clips. However, this is a good song. But anyway, let's get to A Very Sonic Christmas, which it has been confirmed that this is the exact same studio company that Seth Green, yes, that Seth Green that created Robot Chicken, was responsible for making this Sonic 3 stop motion short. And what's cool about it, you literally got the main OG cast, and you got freaking Flames of Disaster guy, Wade Whipple, Anna Pally as Santa Claus. So then in the short, you got Ben Schwartz, Colino Shaughnessy, Idris Elba reprising the roles of Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles with a small Keanu Reeves shadow cameo. So without further ado, let's react to this Christmas stop motion short. Not gonna lie, this kind of gives me vibes of that SpongeBob stop motion Christmas shorts, if y'all know what I mean. So let's watch.
This is our first holiday together. I'm gonna show you guys how to do it right. There's the light.
To be fair, there were some Robot Chicken skits with Sonic, and obviously, as you know, it's not going to be kid-friendly. But without question, it's cool that you got the same voice actors for the short.
And the ugly sweaters.
Disgusting.
And the most.
Oh, speaking of ugly sweaters, so I like the fact that Knuckles has grapes, Sonic has chili dogs, and Tails has his plane, which got destroyed from the last movie. And speaking of ugly sweaters, I know the Sonic movie account just literally teases the ugly Sonic design literally as an ugly sweater. So without further ado, I think that's a nice Easter egg.
Most important part, Santa Claus.
I am familiar with Mr. Santana.
I'm familiar with Mr. Santana. I'm like, what's next? Are we going to switch the title from Hannah Montana to Hannah Santana? You get the best of the North Pole. Feeling out, take it slow. And they did the stop motion SpongeBob holiday specials. Yeah, I figured, because literally it's the exact same animation style. And now that we're talking about Ben Schwartz voicing Sonic, we also see this type of stop motion style in those Disney XD cartoons that even they did the stop motion for DuckTales, which Ben Schwartz did voice Dewey Duck in that cartoon. So it's kind of uncanny that we're just seeing that again with him as Sonic in this style. I mean, heck, I wouldn't mind seeing like a whole full-length holiday special like this.
Santa. But yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah,
He's
Hannah
the only one
Santana.
on Earth almost as fast as me.
How does he do it?
Why don't we ask him?
Why does it look like an onion ring? Oh, I just noticed this. Look at the snowman, like literally right there. You got Dr. Ivor Robotnik with his goggles and a scarf, and then you got Joe Robotnik snowman, and then you got Green Hills literally right there, like the loop. And then, like I said, freaking Wade Whipple's looking like Santa, just like in that iconic stop motion of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Why weren't you in elf practice?
Where did I put my keys? Whoa!
Yep, Wade Whipple's in a donut hole.
Are you okay? Can I get a pic?
Hold on, I like the fact that there's like Hanukkah candles because just in case you guys know, Ben Schwartz is Jewish. In the Knuckles series, Knuckles celebrates with Wade's family that happens to be Jewish. So, yeah, what do you know? The Sonic family is officially a Jewish community.
Oh no! My ankle! I'll never be able to deliver all my presents in time.
You can clearly tell that's Wade's voice.
Not to worry, Santana. I will alert the children that Christmas is cancelled.
No, wait a...
This kind of reminds me of that one Adam Sandler movie called Eight Crazy Nights. She was just kidding, son. You have very nice boobs.
Wait. There's gotta be another way.
Well, if there was someone
Yeah?
who was almost as fast as me, and that person had help from a team.
From a team?
I know.
Maybe. Hold on. Are you saying you want Team Sonic to save Christmas?
Not gonna lie, I like the fact that Knuckles is being a reindeer as he's gliding, because, you know, he can glide for a few seconds. However, the one thing I like, this is kind of giving me the vibes of Merry Madagascar. For those that watch that Madagascar Christmas special, that's the vibe I'm getting, where literally the Madagascar gang from Alex, Gloria, Marty, Melman, and the Penguins literally had to save Christmas, where Santa Claus lost his memory, and they had to deliver gifts around the world. So, kind of wish we had like a full-length special like this, but I don't know. It's giving me the vibes of that. And what do you know? We got ourselves an original song based on the special. Hey, at least they find a better way to use transportation. Who needs a plane when you got ring portals? This needs to exist in the real world. Put this on my Spotify list. Hold on. D. Cup says Iva Robotnik, Gerald Robotnik, E. Sullivan. Wait, James B. Sullivan? I'm just kidding. Like the fact that there are only the two bad Nicks, no pun intended, on the naughty list. Ho, ho, ho.
Two are definitely on the naughty list.
At least it doesn't spoil anything for Sonic 3. But hey, look, there's the North Pole. Where's South Pole Santa? I need to know what's the original song of this.
We did it!
But you forgot the most important gift.
Nunchucks?
Wait, hold on. Is Santa holding a latte with steam master and goat milk? That's how the way Eggman likes him. Hello, Elijah Howard. Welcome to the stream.
Lots of grapes.
The gift of
Lots
knowing
and
you're part of a family.
I like the fact that it's just like stock pictures of James Marsden and Antika Sumter from Sonic 2, and it's just the silhouettes of the Sonic trio. That's nice.
Thank you, Santa. Now let's get you home.
Yeah, let's get you back to the flames of disaster!
Shadow? What are you doing?
Yo. Okay, aside from the snowman, look at Shadow's motorcycle. Hold on, if I can get it out real quick. It's exactly like this motorcycle right here. Hold on, you can't even see Shadow's face. Literally, the model's like almost identical of how the toy that I got pretty looks on the 2021 Dugai that Shadow wears. And yeah, speaking of Shadow, guess who is voicing him? Take a guess.
You chose the wrong hedgehog. He can't even teleport.
He can't even teleport. Come on, hit me! Hit me! I thought Shadow was literally going to run over him. But either way, I think it's pretty cool that despite the short screen time, Keanu has his little cameo as Shadow the Hedgehog. Hold on, just make sure the motorcycle doesn't fall off.
He can teleport. Why did he have to steal my sleigh?
I feel like this guy's gonna be a problem.
Yep, just wait till you see the movie. Here you go. By Stupid Buddy Studios. Yep, literally Seth Green's Robot Chicken skit. And then you got, like I said, you got the same voice cast. You got Ben Schwartz, Keanu Reeves, Idris Elba, Cleo Chaussee, and freaking Wade Whipple as Santa Claus. Like I said, what is the name of the song? I need to add this on my playlist. Then Santa eats a chili dog. Bruh. Wade, why you have to use it on a pillow? Where's the Cool Ranch Doritos? And then obviously crediting the original filmmakers and then the Eggman Snowman. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 in theaters. Jim Carrey's back in The Grinch too. We'll talk about that in a second. We will get to the Jim Carrey sequel mania. Grinch 2 is not confirmed, but he's willing to come back under one condition. But hold your horses. We got some more Sonic 3 stuff to talk about. So that being said, the stop motion itself is good. How about we go straight to the clip, which, by the way, I was not expecting for this clip to come up. If you know what I'm talking about, it's where Team Sonic faces Shadow right here. So we got to react to this clip. And then after that, we got to get straight to the Christmas movie parodies, the Jim Carrey hype mania, and then all the interviews and card premiere of everything for Sonic 3. I know it's only been the UK premiere, but it is what it is. But either way, yesterday when I was filming my Eggman cosplay, this clip literally just dropped up out of nowhere. It's like, oh shoot, are we getting like the full clip? And now here we are. So ladies and gentlemen, I know you've seen this clip before, but this is my live reaction to the brand new Sonic 3 clip, which, by the way, it's giving me a little bit of that Sonic Adventure 2 vibe, but you know, this time they don't say the Faker line. Even though I'm crossing fingers, I want Ben Schwartz to say, "I found you, Faker," because, you know, it's an iconic line from SA2. So, without further ado, let's get straight to the clip. John Wick!
Are you guys seeing this?
Do you think we'll have I can't even speak. Do you think we'll have Super Knuckles, Super Tails? Nope. But we will have Super Sonic, Super Shadow. Spoiler alert.
He looks just like you.
Impossible.
You're a colorful bunch.
Such an iconic line.
Excuse me? Why do you look like me?
I don't look like you. You look like me. Why do you look like me?
That fake hedgehog of all places.
Hey, you know what? I'll ask the questions, new hedgehog.
Ah, okay, so new hedgehog is the new Faker. I'll ask questions later, Faker.
Who are you? Why do you look like me?
I mean, it's kind of crazy that we got Shadow way before Metal Sonic. Yo, what's up, Shadow_Drift? We're reacting to the clip where we're seeing John Ralphio confronting to John Wick in hedgehog form.
This is a waste of time.
Imagine Super Gerald. I mean, to be fair, Eggman had his hands on the Master Emerald, and he has like a Sinister 3.0 outfit. If Gerald lays his hands on it, bro, is he gonna be living like an eternal being, like Buddha or something? That would be hilarious.
Fine. Walk away. Before you get hurt.
Okay, the line where he says, "Walk away before you get hurt," that was first heard in that Sega Genesis cartridge that we saw not too long ago, so I'm like, alright, we get to see where does that line come from, literally in their first introduction. I like the fact they're giving Shao a bit more personality. Well, give props to director Jeff Fowler, who put all of his dedication to this one character. Anyway, let's continue.
Whoa, easy, buddy.
Whoa. We need to rewind back. Rewind back to this. Rewind time. It's rewind time. A little more. Pause at this frame. Look at this. I know this is one of Tails' devices, but for some reason, this is giving me like Tron Legacy's vibes with one of those discs where you fling and switch. Pretty good movie, by the way. But that being said, this shot, muy perfecto.
We don't want to fight you.
Actually, Sonic, I would like to fight.
I like that Knuckles wanna throws
Why
on
don't you
hands
stop
first.
throwing cars at us for a second and come down here to talk.
Wait, Shadow's the one that basically just stole the cars?
Jumped out of.
Yeah, bro, that's exactly what I said. It's reminding me of Tron Legacy. But anyway, I love that this line that Keanu Shadow said right here.
And come
This
down
right
here
here.
to talk.
You jumped out of a gun helicopter. There's nothing to talk about.
Yo, like, I'm just trying to be for real, chat. The amount of aura that Keanu Shadow says, "You jump out of a gun helicopter." It's like, bro, like, Keanu Shadow is not playing the rules. Like, first of all, you can tell Keanu's being so committed to the role, but secondly, where Shadow's like, "Gun is the one that killed someone that was very close and dear to me. Get out of my way." So clearly it's more like, hey, you're working with Gun shot Maria, like, basically you're working with the people that killed Maria, so why should I be in alliance with you? So I feel like Jeff Fallon and the crew are gonna like do the character Shadow the Hedgehog justice, so good job, guys, good job.
All right then. Enough.
Knuckles,
Wait, hold on. So before Knuckles jumps up, I noticed that Tails is wearing like a brand new backpack where back then it was yellow, but I see a little bit of orange behind on Tails' backpack. So new upgrades for a new backpack and new gadgets. Make sure it doesn't get stolen from the bullies in school again.
Let us talk without fear.
Go ahead, Fierce. Alright, I know many Sonic fans are talking about this random pink hair chick that was shown in like in a Sonic concept art, which not what I was expecting for a D-Cup Easter egg. But then, aside from that, Knuckles tries to pull out a fist, and then we get the most iconic meme that was viral when the first trailer came out. Insert Sonic Unleashed Warhog scream. I'm sorry, chat. I just thought that was funny. Yo, the fact that Shadow's literally knocking Knuckles down like a Powerball, bro. Knuck if you buck, bro. Next to a freaking Starbucks. Nipples! No!
Knuckles, you okay?
No, not really.
No, not really. Okay, Idris Elba's accent kind of dropped back to sounding British, but that being said, hey, at least you got your squad. You got your team eventually to pick you up, Knux. Bro, where have they been in the Knuckles series? Yo, this shot right here with the burger joint and everything. This is pretty sick, bro.
Who is this guy?
Oh, wait. Chow Soda? Ayo, chat, we got a Sonic Adventure 2 reference right here, because I remember during the Sonic Sonic faced like a gun machine, a gun robot, like in the beginning where he's like, all right, bring it on. And then we would do the same with Shadow as well. There was literally a Chow Soda billboard in that level. So I'm like, all right, Deep Cup SA2 Easter egg. Knuckles got destroyed. I know, right, bro? Like, I'm just saying, like, bro, Shao just went, like, OP on him, where he's like, I'm gonna talk to you with my fist, and then literally break out the fist, and he goes, ah! And then, bro, kick him up, paddle ball, bang, 50 score, 10 score, nice throw, nice cock. Literally, Shao just went on strike for that. I doubt that Knuckles will recover from his wrist being broken for most of the movie. I mean, he's Knuckles, so of course he's gonna be toughest. I mean, it's literally in the song, tougher than the best of them. They call me Knuckles. I'm like Sonic the Chuckle. How dare Shadow? How dare you treat my boy Nipples the Enchilada so dirty?
Knuckles, you okay?
No, not really.
No, not really.
Who is
But that
this
Easter
guy?
egg, though,
He is
much more impressive than I thought previously. Dude, I'm standing right here.
Now come on. You can't take us all at once.
Bro, literally nearby the Starbucks coffee. And then this shot where Knuckles was not in the original frame of the trailer, there he is at the last minute. In every universe, Shadow gets to beat up Tails like he's a freaking preschooler in the daycare. Can we just talk about this? And then I love this reference right here.
Okay. He took us all at once.
Okay, I know Jeff Fowler's been doing his homework. We got literally a reference to the cutscene where Sonic is like all being in front of Shadow, where it goes to the I'm all of me. Let's hope that Olive Garden is not in the third movie. I'm going to call my bets that they're going to reference Olive Garden when they go to the Chow Garden Cafe with the Olive Garden guy himself. So aside from this Shout the Hedgehog cutscene reference, let's just get to this.
Okay. He took us all at once.
Weakling.
This gives me vibes of Sonic 2 when Knuckles like punched Sonic through the wall and he goes, pitiful. And then Shadow right here just says, weakling. But that being said, that was such an epic clip. I can't believe I'm literally almost 1 week away of seeing this movie on the big screen. So that being said, pretty awesome clip. And speaking of which, since you know Keanu Reeves is famous in most of his movies like John Wick and The Matrix right here, and then we know in the first Sonic movie where Sonic was literally watching the movie Speed with Keanu Reeves and he goes, Keanu, you're a national treasure. Pop quiz, hot shot, there's a bomb on the bus. And then we literally got this moment right here where Keanu Reeves talk about his movie Speed and Sonic here in this IGN clip.
How cool do you have
Right
to
here.
be to be referenced in the movie that you're not even in yet, and then you're in the movie? I mean,
Insane, bro.
Yeah.
Yes.
Keanu!
You are a national treasure.
I think he likes Speed, because in Sonic 3, he's got a Speed reference as well. Maybe that's like a Jeff Fowler Easter egg.
It's okay. I like the fact that Keanu's like, okay, fine, by saying maybe that's just a secret homage to what Jeff Fowler said. And speaking of the movie Speed, so I'm guessing that not only Keanu Reeves as a person in real life is canon in the Sonic universe, even though Ben Schwartz as Sonic calls Keanu another hedgehog, I'm surprised there's no like, why do you sound like Keanu Reeves? I always like him in the movie Speed. Who is this Keanu Reeves you speak of? But that being said, so I guess Speed, Keanu Reeves is canon in the Sonic movie universe. Sonic said, that movie's the worst. So that means Parks and Rec and John Ralphio is canon to the Sonic movie universe. Same goes of how Pokemon is canon. So, in other words, anything is canon in the Sonic movie universe. If Mario exists, then that means Mario could have a crossover with Sonic someday. Smash Bros. Movie, let's make it happen. If Amy Rose shows up in the post-credit scene, who will voice her? I doubt that we're going to hear... If Amy Rose does end up in the post-credit scene, I doubt she won't have a voice. Kind of like how Shadow was teased in Sonic 2, where we see his body model, but no voice yet. So, I don't think they're going to cast Amy Rose yet, because just like how we fans demanded Keanu Reeves to voice Shadow, and the producer's like, the fans want Keanu, so let's cast John Wick as Shadow. We got to do the same of, well, who do you find to... Find a good casting choice for Amy Rose, whether that's Anna Kendrick or Kristen Bell or whoever. You guys get to decide. But other than that, Speed is officially canon in the Sonic movie universe, so that's pretty cool to know. So as we move along to other stuff, to the carpet premiere. As a matter of fact, guys, let's talk about the Christmas posters that's been everywhere on social media ever since Sonic 3 has been promoting it everywhere. So I got it all here in my Discord, and yes, I got some links to talk about it. I want to hear Shadow say, damn. Well, guess what? Jim Carrey's Eggman said, damn, where he literally says, damn you, autocorrect. I mean, if Jim Carrey could say it, so could Shadow, right? So let's take a look at all of these Christmas posters that they made for the majority of these Christmas parodies. Literally right here. So here was the first one that was shown. So this one is clearly a parody to National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, where we get Chevy Chase's character getting shocked up like in the lights. And by the way, that is a peak comedy Christmas movie. And then you see Jim Carrey's Eggman literally getting shot. And I like that literally you see a Batnik, you get a Sonic figure. You're seeing that he's holding Sonic's quill and Shadow's quill at the same time. What do you know? Is that a Matrix reference? Blue pill, red pill, blue quill, red quill. Either that, I think it's a pretty cool parody that they do that. But that's not the only one. We got plenty of more, ladies and gentlemen. I also like this Home Alone parody. So, of course, in the original Home Alone, you got Kevin, you got Harry and Marv as the Sticky Bandits. And then you get the Sonic 3 version where it says, don't worry, he runs, he spins, he kicks evil butts. So that makes Eggman Harry, and that makes Gerald Marv. And I like that there was one post that says, keep the rings, you filthy animal. So I guess this is going to be like another insert meme. But aside from that, I like the Home Alone poster. But that's not that, folks. We got plenty of more. So this one, not what I was expecting for a Christmas parody. I was expecting Fred Claus. That also starts Vince Vaughn in that movie. But instead, we got this random movie called Four Christmases. And then, instead of having Vince Vaughn and Reeves Witherspoon, we got Jim Carrey's Eggman literally standing next to Agent Stone. His grandfather, his grandfather's hedgehog, his enemy's crew, all in one movie. And then the original movie is his father, her mother, his mother, and her father, all in one day. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Speaking of jolly, yo, we actually got Agent Stone himself literally dressing up as Buddy the Elf from the movie Elf. What's this? What's this? There's color everywhere. We will get to that Nightmare Before Christmas parody, but for now we're going one by one. So, to be fair, it does make sense for Agent Stone to be Buddy the Elf, just like in the movie Elf, because, you know, Stone is like Eggman's right-hand man, and he always serves to him, pretty much just like an elf would serve to Santa. But to be fair, chat, I originally thought Jim Carrey was going to be like Buddy the Elf, because if you guys didn't know, he originally was supposed to play Buddy the Elf back in the 90s, way before Will Ferrell was cast. I mean, luckily Jim Carrey played the Grinch around that time, but just imagine he would have like played Buddy the Elf rather than just the Grinch. But to be fair, Jim Carrey was better off as the Grinch, and Will Ferrell was better off as Buddy the Elf, so I felt like that was like a big deep cut reference for what I think of. But yeah, speaking of which, we got even more. So I actually rewatched this movie not too long ago, which is like a modern but dark retelling of Christmas Carol called Scrooge, where Bill Murray plays like this corporate sinister guy that only cares about himself, and it goes to the iconic meme where Bill Murray's like, now I have to kill all of you. So I recently rewatched this movie on Thanksgiving. So we got Bill Murray's character, and then in Sonic 3's parody, we got Jim Carrey's Joe Robotnik. You literally got the moon literally cut in half. Instead of a skeleton's fist, we got ourselves Shout the Hedgehog leaning his fists out, and it says, evil will move you to an odd and powerful ways. So I honestly think it's Scrooge. And then a lot of people in the Sonic fandom, including myself, is like, come on. Jim Carrey is in this movie, in the third Sonic movie, where his character's dressed up as Santa Claus, and they actually did it. We're like, where's the Grinch poster? And finally, somebody's fabulous! It's literally a reference to the very first teaser poster of the Grinch when Jim Carrey was first playing, when Jim Carrey was first playing the Grinch back in 2000. And what I like about these two posters by comparison is, number one, like back in 2000, you better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. Because I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. I mean, to be fair, guys, this is why I'm wearing like the Grinch outfit, because not only about this poster, we do got some Grinch and the Mask sequel stuff. But that being said, it's perfect to have Jim Carrey's Grinch and also Jim Carrey's Eggman at the same time. But that being said, I like the fact that the Christmas tree ornament, by comparison, is just a Jack-specific Sonic figure, and it's the modern figure, and it literally says, Jim Carrey in Sonic the Hedgehog 3, which, to be fair, I remember I made like a Grinch and Eggman parody where they both make a crossover, which I thought that was nice, and I like that in Eggman's glove. It's green. Aside from Sonic 3, the award show is at 6:30. I know, I'm aware of it. They're going to drop the Shadow DLC. So aside from the Grinch one, which I will say this, that's the best D-Cup one, this one right here, a parody reference to Bruce Willis' Die Hard. And yes, they literally got the Space Colony Yard, they got the building, and they got Sonic the Hedgehog being Bruce Willis' character, John McClane. I mean, I don't know if you kids seen this movie, but pretty much aside from being this big, intense action blockbuster hits, this movie still technically counts as a Christmas movie. So if Die Hard can be mentioned in the Christmas movie catalog, we can have the same thing for Sonic the Hedgehog as well. So pretty deep cut right here. And besides, Sonic's mostly known for pop culture references, so I won't expect like maybe a Die Hard reference. My favorite Jim Carrey movie is The Grinch. It's my favorite Christmas movie out of all the Christmas films I see, so I'm not kidding with you. But yeah, someone commented earlier. Okay, hold on. What's there? What's this? What's this? There's color everywhere. What's this? What's this? There's Santa Robot. Yeah, there's Santa Robotnik. So yeah, literally, we actually got a parody recreation of 'Twas the Nightmare Before Christmas, where we got Jim Carrey's Eggman literally becoming the Pumpkin King, and literally, you literally see all these pumpkins with all Eggman goggles everywhere. So I'm like, I mean, to be fair, guys, The Nightmare Before Christmas, it technically counts as both a Christmas movie and a Halloween movie. But whenever I watch this film, I usually see it like around Halloween time, because even though despite all the Christmas stuff, I see like more spookiness to be exact. But that being said, I mean, I was not expecting a Nightmare Before Christmas recreation. And it's like, I don't know, what's next? Jim Carrey's Eggman is going to be another one. I'll say Christmas Carol, another Christmas Story. I mean, that's like technically Jim Carrey's second Christmas movie, and I guess Sonic 3 counts. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Chad, this most likely might be the last Christmas movie parody that they've done. I think there might be a clip and a few TV spots of Sonic 3 Game Awards. I've heard that there might be a new featurette. The Shadow DLC from the Shadow Generations game will come out, so I don't know. We probably might stay later or not, but I don't think most of you guys won't be around. But then I believe this is like the final Christmas movie parody, where it's literally a parody of A Christmas Story, where we literally see Agent Stone dressing up as Ralphie, Sonic's wearing like Ralphie's glasses, and then you got Tails being Ralphie's brother, where he licks like the pole just like in the movie. So I honestly thought that's pretty clever. There are some Christmas movies that they're missing from this parody. They're missing the Polar Express, they're missing Frosty the Snowman, they're missing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. What's another Christmas movie that they're missing? I said Polar Express is like a big major one. I don't know. I think those are like most of the majority of the iconic Christmas movies. They could have done Christmas Carol. Let's hope future Sonic movies comes out in Halloween, a parody Halloween movie posters. That would be interesting, because the first movie came out on Valentine's Day, the second movie came around Easter time, and then the third movie came around Christmas time. But that being said, as we're talking about Grinch and Christmas and Jim Carrey, we need to talk about this. Refreshing agua. So we know that Jim Carrey's coming back in future. Like, he came back for Sonic 3, right? And now we are living in a timeline where not only Jim Carrey's back for 3 Sonic movies. I'm not joking with you guys. When I saw this news yesterday, I was screaming so loud in the bathroom. Like, literally, when this article pops up of Jim Carrey possibly returning to the Mask under one condition, this was my live reaction in the bathroom. I was like, ah! Oh my god! Ah! Like, literally, I was just freaking out, because if you guys don't know, The Mask is like one of my all-time favorite Jim Carrey movies, period. This was the movie that got me into becoming a Jim Carrey fanboy in the first place. Like, I've watched Bruce Almighty, Horn Hears a Who, and the Ace Ventura movies, but this was the film that made me say, Jim Carrey's my favorite actor now, just because I was so invested on the dual personality of Stanley Ipkiss in The Mask, where Stanley's just an average, nice guy, and then you got The Mask, who's like a living Looney Tune with green face, but with Deadpool's breaking the fourth wall mandatory. And to me as a kid, I've always wanted a sequel to The Mask, but clearly after when Jim Carrey worked on Ace Ventura 2, he does not want to be a part of the sequels. Who knew that Sonic the Hedgehog would cause Jim Carrey want to return to his classic movies? Exactly! I'm going to be honest. If it weren't for Jim Carrey coming back for 2 Sonic the Hedgehog movie sequels, I don't think Jim Carrey would be up to return to his classic roles. Because back then he was like, I don't do sequels. Sequels are just a bunch of diminishing return. You're just imitating your past self. But now, I mean, Jim Carrey has mentioned this in the first Sonic movie press tour, where he will be up for the Mask sequel under one condition, if there's the right filmmaker. But let's read this right here, because out of all the legacy sequels, I mean, outside of Sonic the Hedgehog 4, I would love to see Jim Carrey come back to his classic roles. Like, here are my top 4 legacy sequels I would love to see Jim Carrey return. So number 1 would be The Mask 2. Number 2 would be Ace Ventura 3. Number 3 would be somewhat the Grinch sequel, which we will talk about Grinch in a second, and maybe Dumb and Dumber 3. But let's talk about this. So Jim Carrey will return for a Mask sequel on one condition, and he adopted a never say never coming down to the script. And he said he will come back if the script is right. So we're going to scroll down right here, and this is what Jim says. Jim says, Oh gosh, I know it has to be the right idea. If somebody has the right idea, I guess it's not really about the money. I joke about the money. But I never know. You can't be definitive about these things. I say I like to retire, but I was talking about more people wrestling because as soon as a good idea comes your way or a group of people that you really enjoy stuff, it tends to change. Basically, those are just quotes of what Jim Carrey said about his retirement where it's not really definitive, where he's more open about it. But that being said, oh man, I don't really know. And by the way, guys, this is not just talking about the mask. Like, literally, it says right here, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 has been the first movie. He's been, like, a good sport. And people are asking, will Jim Carrey come back to play Dr. Robotnik again, maybe for Sonic 4? And Jim Carrey says, I don't really want to say anymore. I go on a limb and say things, and fate makes a liar out of me. So, I would not be surprised if he comes back for Sonic 4. But, yeah, there's some more other stuff. But either way, The Mask 2, hold on. If you're telling me that Jim Carrey will be up to play this iconic role that he has not played for over 30 years. Because let's remember, guys, Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, The Mask, and Dumb and Dumber break out Jim Carrey's his career for 3 successful movies. Like, literally, it's in my shirt. Ace Ventura, The Mask, and Dumb and Dumber. All of his 3 big hits, plus The Grinch as well. And Jim Carrey says he would love to return in this role as long as there's a right convincing script for it. And it's like, why is nobody in Hollywood thinking by saying, we should make a sequel to The Mask? Because not only about the money, we could bring Jim Carrey back. And not only just that, guys, Cameron Diaz came out of retirement, which she played the love interest in that movie. And she's coming back in Shrek 5, mind you. So, if you bring back Jim Carrey and Cameron Diaz, and you make a smoking good sequel, I'll be up for it. Because this is the legacy sequel that I've been dying and asking for since when I was a kid. Because this movie means so much to me, and I'm not kidding with y'all. I actually made like a social media post about it of what will be my pitch for the Mask sequel since we are talking about Jim Carrey stuff. I'm going to show you guys real quick. Hold on, I'm going to go back to my homepage, and then you guys are going to understand from what I'm saying. Are you guys going to watch the Game Awards? Maybe, I don't know. This is going to be my viral post that I talk about the Mask 2 because like I said, yesterday I was freaking out when that announcement was happening. As for Sonic 3, went to the Brazil, familiar with most of the international dubs. Yeah, I'm surprised that the Brazilian voice actor is also the voice actor for Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, which I honestly thought that's pretty fun to think about. Here it is, right here. This is the moment right here. If there's one person that could write the sequel to The Mask, that will be me. Because if I had to write a sequel to The Mask, it will be inspired by this 1996 cancel script where the sequel was supposed to be called Revenge of the Mask, where it was going to take place around Christmas, which is ironic because Sonic 3 does have a Christmas ending, but The Mask 2, it was going to have Puss in Boots himself, Antonio Banderas was going to be the villain in the movie, and Cameron Diaz was about to be kidnapped by Puss in Boots himself. At the time, Jim was working on The Grinch, and The Mask 2 was originally going to be taking place in either Las Vegas or Paris. How ironic, because Ace Ventura 2, Ace Ventura went to Africa. Sonic 3, you see Jim Carrey and the Sonic cast going to London and Tokyo. So, honestly, I just think that would be cool. And aside from that, The Mask 2 was supposed to happen during like a Super Nintendo Power contest that was supposed to happen where if the winner wins the prize, they actually go on set for The Mask 2 and actually gets to star in the movie as a random extra. But, you know, after the events of Ace Ventura 2, that did not happen. And then, unfortunately, we got Son of the Mask, which we do not talk about Son of the Mask. But either then, if I would make a sequel to The Mask, I will make a huge time jump, take inspiration from this 1996 script. But also, if you guys may remember, they actually got an animated series of The Mask where you got Carl Weezer himself, Raphael, Yaka Warner, Rob Paulson did the voice of The Mask in that Mask animated series where he goes, well, I got some with my witty smile, smoking. So they make a Mask animated series, which they take elements from the original movie, but they also bring elements from the comic books. Like this character that is bringing the mask by his tie, that's Walter, who's actually is like a real life villain in the Mask comic books. Like even though the comics are a lot more bloody, more violent, and more darker than the source material, but that'll be one villain I would consider to take from the comics if they ever make the Mask sequel. And the villain on the left, he's voiced by Tim Curry, aka Nigel Thornberry, Pennywise, and you got Milo down below. So I know I'm just blabbering, guys, and I know you guys want me to talk about Sonic, but bro, if they make a Mask sequel, I will be happy. But aside from the Mask, we gotta talk about the Grinch sequel, because I'm surprised that not only Jim Carrey's up for the Mask, he's up for the Grinch. Which, by the way, let me say if I can research that. So, I've already said what I have to say about The Mask 2. Please, someone in Hollywood, cook up a good script for The Mask 2 because I need it in my life so bad. So, The Mask Grinch 2, because I do have some ideas that a Grinch 2 could work, but also don't work at the same time. Yep, here we go, right here. This article about the Grinch 2, since as much as I love The Mask, we also got to talk about the Grinch. And back then, there were rumors by saying, like, oh, the Grinch 2 is happening. But I'm like, guys, are you sure you want to see Jim Carrey suffer through 8 hours of makeup, going through CIA training, and then he literally make the makeup artist go through therapy after Jim Carrey's stress of being buried alive underneath that makeup and all that yak hair for 92 days? I was like, I don't think Jim Carrey will be up for Grinch 2, but he is under one condition, just to change up the Grinch makeup. And here's what Jim Carrey says about it. He says, oh gosh, you know, if we could figure out the Grinch, Carrey said one thing. The thing is about the day, I'm doing like a ton of makeup, I can hardly breathe, it's extremely extenuating process. The children are in my mind all the time. It's for the kids, it's for the kids, for the kids. And now with motion capture, things like that, I could be free to do other things. Anything is possible. You want to know what this comment reminds me of? This comment reminds me when Alfred Molina, who plays Dr. Octopus in Spider-Man 2, when he returned in Spider-Man No Way Home, he's like, I've gotten older, what are they going to do? Oh wait, they got the technology, which, yeah, in Hollywood, CGI is a lot more advanced. So I'm honestly surprised that Jim Carrey would be up for a Grinch sequel under the condition, and instead of just putting all 8 hours of torture in that makeup, he can finally just, you know, do motion capture. And when he mentions motion capture, it's like, wait a minute. Didn't Jim has already done motion capture in Disney's A Christmas Carol? Because if you guys didn't know, in that movie in particular, Jim Carrey played Ebenezer Scrooge. He played like 3 different Christmas ghosts in that movie. And in that film, throughout the animation, they just put like motion capture and put like CGI dots over Jim Carrey's face right here. So yeah, literally, as we're talking about Jim Carrey's career, we got 3 Jim Carrey Christmas movies. How the Grinch Stole Christmas, which is his most iconic one, his one and only Disney movie, A Christmas Carol, directed by Rob Zemeckis, and Sonic 3. And if you're telling me that you're going to make a Grinch sequel with this technology of A Christmas Carol, I mean, I do have mixed feelings about it because I'm like, as much as I would love to see Jim Carrey returning back to the Grinch, because come on, so many iconic lines. 4 o'clock, for self-pity. 4:30, stand to the best. 5 o'clock, solve for hunger. Tell no one. 6 o'clock, exercise. 6:30, dinner with me. I can't cancel that again. But what will I wear? So many iconic lines. But to be fair, if they do make a Grinch sequel, what could be the story about it? So, aside from the CGI motion capture that they could do with, I don't know, Jim Carrey's body and face for what they've done with Christmas Carol that they've done, what story can they adapt for the Grinch? And I do have a couple of ideas that could work, which most people said, like, wait a minute, well, it wasn't the real Dr. Seuss, but someone says, like, well, they have make a Grinch sequel that's literally called How the Grinch Lost Christmas. But let's not forget, guys, there has been some other Grinch media and other Dr. Seuss media, for what I remember, so they don't have to exactly make the Grinch sequel. If they have to make one, like maybe they could do like a prequel. This post right here, I want to comment on it. So I like that this user, pretty viral YouTuber right here, it says, what if they adapt this book, How the Grinch Lost Christmas? And I've read the book myself, which clearly it's made by a lot of colors all around. I read the story of A Grinch Lost Christmas. It has the same Dr. Seuss colorful style, but I'm like, I don't know if this is going to be worth as a full-length feature. So basically for me, I was like, well, if they do make a Grinch follow-up with Jim Carrey, here's my pitch. Not exactly a direct Grinch sequel. How about, hear me out, how about they make a Grinch prequel, like way before his heart grew 3 sizes, and they make an adaptation of the Halloween special, Halloween is Grinch Night. Or, to make it even more crazy or wackier, how about a live-action version of The Grinch's, The Cat in the Hat, which means you bring back Jim Carrey and you bring back Mike Myers. I know that everyone right here, I know people like to bash on that Cat in the Hat movie, but personally for me, that movie's a huge guilty pleasure. So if I had to pitch a Grinch follow-up, it's either going to be The Grinch Night or probably have a Jim Carrey and Mike Myers. Like, this literally could be a Dr. Seuss version of Deadpool and Wolverine, but have the Cat in the Hat and the Grinch have their banters and have a live-action version of that short. I would be 100% sold if that was the case for a Grinch follow-up. But that being said, if we're living in a timeline where Jim Carrey is not just returning in multiple Sonic movies, but returning to like his sequels to the Mask and the Grinch sequel, I'll be up for it. And that being said, guys, there's a different article that Jim Carrey says that he clarifies that his retirement plans are not definitive. But before we continue reading, let me read the comments. So I can't believe out of all the movies, Jim Carrey's career, Sonic the Hedgehog will be the first to have him in his third movie. I know, right? The Sonic movies broke Jim Carrey's rules. No sequels and no trilogy, but Sonic make it happen. And then Ethan says, nice Ben Schwartz Jim Carrey impression. Sounds like a nice celebrity voice acting double. So don't get me wrong, I do get credit a lot for Jim Carrey's voice, but I'm so glad that I get credit for Ben Schwartz because I don't know, man. Like, there's something about Ben's voice. Like, a cling where he sings the song from the after party where he goes, he said, yeah, sure, whatever. Like, I don't know. I really like Ben Schwartz's youthful vibes whenever he does voice actor, whenever he's in it. At least Mufasa movie will pay tribute to Mufasa via James Earl Jones. Look, as much as I'm not interested of watching Mufasa, I will give them respect for, like, well, you gotta give respect to the OG Mufasa that bring the voice in the original animated film, the live action remake, so that's fine. So, as much as I want to geek out over the Jim Carrey sequel mayhem, at least Jim Carrey clarified of what does he mean by his retirement. Because, not gonna lie, guys, I actually was kind of sad that he was actually like, no, you can't leave, Jim. Why would you want to quit after Sonic 2? You gotta come back for Sonic 3, and you got other movies. And yes, guys, I am aware that Jim Carrey might be in another movie. It might not be Sonic related, but probably a drama movie as you're seeing right here. But I like that Jim Carrey literally says, you can never be definitive about things like retirement because you never know what kind of opportunities will come along the way. So it means that Jim Carrey's not, shutting the doors of projects he loves. And then I like the fact that in the next article, it literally just says, as soon as good ideas come your way, a group of people you really enjoy working with, things tend to change. Case in point, the Sonic the Hedgehog movies. So, it's safe to say that Sonic 3 is not Jim Carrey's final movie. Whether it's in this drama movie, by this David Robert Mitchell guy, or sequels, I just want more Jim Carrey content. Alright, thanks Ethan. Thank you for stopping by for this stream, for a temporary reason. So, that being said, as we're almost done with the Jim Carrey talk, so even though I'm so glad that he's not really retired because, you gotta give props to Jeff Fowler and literally the cast and crew, literally giving Jim Carrey a script in gold ink and describing him like, hey, you're gonna play two roles as Dr. Ivor Robotnik, but also playing the grandfather of Eggman at the same time, which I thought that's pretty funny. But then, as we move along, we're gonna move on ahead to other stuff. Like, we've already talked about the Grinch sequel, we've already talked about the Mask sequel as a whole. We gotta talk about if Jim Carrey's coming back for Sonic 4. So, if Jim Carrey comes back in a future Sonic movie franchise, I will not be surprised because one, Jim Carrey really loves about playing the character. Even though one joke, he literally says I need it for the money, and it's like, Jim, you and I can relate. Making Sonic the Hedgehog content makes you money. It gives you cash from the fandom. But that being said, Jim Carrey actually commented about Sonic the Hedgehog 4, whether or not Jim Carrey's up for it. So, literally, in this article, it literally says, is Jim Carrey up to return for Sonic 4? Sonic 4 is officially confirmed. And Jim says, I don't know what to say for sure, but it's always come down to see what's happening in the moment. And the guys, Toby Asher and Jeff Fowler, will come to me and say, hey, we have this idea. What do you think? And where we could take Robotnik. So it really comes down to that. I'm not against it for sure. Keyword, guys. Jim Carrey is not against returning for Sonic Movie 4. Do I see the new images? Guys, slow down. I'm reading. We'll go one at a time. And besides, the stream is not even 1 hour yet, so shut up and let me read. So Jim Carrey literally says, I'm not against for sure. So that means there is potential that Jim Carrey could come back for Sonic 4 as long as they're cooking up a script. Metal Sonic! You're missing the Metal Sonic storyline. Like, you got the fat Eggman suit, you got the game actor Eggman suit, you got Gerald, you got Shadow, you got the Death Egg, you got the Space Colony arc, Eggman pissed on the moon. You're just missing Metal Sonic. That's the only complaint I got about Jim Carrey's Eggman. We need to see him create Metal Sonic for Sonic 4. So anyway, Jim says, I'm having a fantastic time, and I love the fans. I love the whole lore around this piece and the game and everything, so it's really a strong circle. And I also love the new guys, Keanu Reeves and Idris Elba, and all these wonderful people are signing off and going, wow, these guys are the every guy would love to be. Why are they jumping onto this world? They love about it. I think that's the heart of this franchise. You can easily tell that. Oh, speaking of Keanu Reeves and Idris Elba, before we move on to the Jim Carrey stuff, Idris Elba, Keanu Reeves pitch a Knuckles and Chow spinoff idea, and bro, that got me excited. But that being said, Jim Carrey, I mean, he's been with the Sonic movie since day one, so of course he understands that there's a lot of heart, there's a lot of, like, good sentimental values for what the Sonic franchise has done. I mean, that's why Jim Carrey got so invested in this franchise. It's just the hard aspects, the youthful aspects, and the balance of action, comedy, but also, most importantly, family. I don't got friends, I got family. And then literally, Jim Carrey says right here, it is. I think it's a gratifying thing to say. I got the same kick from The Grinch at Christmas time. I know people are going to be watching it, and that's an exciting part for me. That makes me feel good. And anything that brings a family out to the theater is great. So I think it's going to entertain people. It's going to bring them together, and it's going to heal them shingles. I mean, to be fair, he does mention Grinch a lot. It's like, well, it's one way for him to recreate the Grinch makeup, even though when he did the face, no, that's the Grinch. And I go, I must find a way to stop Christmas from coming. And people says, oh, I thought that was makeup. So yeah, that being said, of course a Sonic movie 4 is inevitable, but the fact that Jim Carrey is like most likely up for it, the one condition, they gotta do the Metal Sonic storyline. Like, you can't do Metal Sonic without Eggman, so it just won't be the same. However, outside of Jim Carrey's comments, both Keanu Reeves and Idris Elba are up for this one idea, and I'm not kidding with you, Keanu Reeves and Idris Elba are up for a Knuckles and Shadow the Hedgehog spin-off show, bro. I think, literally, when I read the news that Keanu and Idris would love to see a Knuckles and Shadow spin-off series, yo, not only this will make the Knuckles series 10 times better. I mean, for those that likes the series, good for you. Personally, for me, the Knuckles TV show is a mixed bag. There's some things I like about it, and there's some things I really don't like about it. But I think the Knuckles series initially, I think it's, personally for me, I think it's like the weakest installment in the Sonic movie franchise. I wish it could have been done, you know, so much better with it, of making Knuckles the main star. But bro, replace Wade Whipple and put Shadow the Hedgehog, yo, that's going to be so fire. Like, literally, Idris Elba literally calls a Knuckles and Shadow spinoff, and I think Idris Elba made a joke by saying it sounds like a rock band or something. It literally just, like, Idris Elba's like, I'm telling you, Shadow Knuckles, and then Keanu Reeves like, no, Shadow and Knuckles, and then Idris says, Shadow Knuckles sounds like a band. So I'm like, yo, if we get like a Knuckles and Shadow collaboration where they either one, they fight or they team up with each other, this will literally be like Sega's, and it'll be like Hulk versus Wolverine in the Sega verse. It's like, bro, the possibilities are endless. Like, if this is the case for Knuckles Season 2, like, I guess that pretty much indicates that Shadow the Hedgehog does not die by the end of the movie, just like Sonic Adventure 2, but, bro, a TV show with Knuckles Season 2 and Knuckles Shadow together. I mean, to be fair, Idris Elba and Keanu Reeves were in a video game franchise called Cyberpunk, so this will be somewhat their reunion, but I think outside of Sonic Cyberpunk, I would love to see Keanu and Idris in an action movie together. Probably like, I don't know, John Wick or something. So, that being said, are possible for Knuckles and Shadow team up. Personally, I think the spin-off idea sounds way better than Knuckles teaming up with Wade Whipple. So, I remember there were rumors back then of Knuckles Season 2 was going to feature the Chaotix team, which I think that would be cool, so it'll be like a reference to Knuckles Chaotix. But to be fair, I think Idris Elba made like a comment by saying like, I think he says like, oh, I'll be up for Knuckles for everything once. You're breathtaking! Yeah, just to quote Keanu Reeves' Shadow the Hedgehog right there, so I think that's going to be pretty awesome there, I say. With that being said, I'm pretty sure that the rest of the Sonic movie cast will be up for more, for like, you know, Sonic movie projects. That even Idris Elba, which I think I just saw a tweet not too long ago that Idris Elba would be up for more Sonic movie projects. Like, literally, Idris Elba just teased, like, if they make like a Knuckles and Shadow spin-off show, like literally both of them together, it's like, yeah, I don't think these guys are going to be leaving the franchise anytime soon. Just wish they would have used the Jack Pacific figures. Nah, I think it's fine that they used the Robot Chicken style animation for what they've done with those figures, so I think it's pretty cool. So as we scroll down to my humble social media page where I don't piss on the moon, we're going to scroll down a bit more, which I forgot they made a reference to that Christmas movie. A little more. Yeah, we got some Jeff Fowler interviews to talk about. We got a whole lot of interviews from the cast and crew, along with more bonus Sonic 3 content down the line. So, yep, right here. This is it. I found it right here. So, Idris Elba literally says this. So, we've already talked about they're up for a Knuckles and Shadow spinoff. Right here where they said, hey, yo, Idris, are you up for Sonic 4 Knuckles Season 2? He says, I would love to do it. Any chance to understand the characters a little bit more in different episodes? The filmmakers are in, I'm down. So, here we are, guys. I even put this in my tweet, like, saying, like, bro, aside from Jim Carrey's Eggman, Idris Elba's Knuckles is like my second favorite character in the Sonic movie universe. We'll see how Keanu Reeves' shadow will be on my top 3, top 5 list, which I will make a Sonic movie character tier list someday. But that being said, Idris Elba's Knuckles, victory is ours. I think that would be pretty sick, not gonna lie. I know my notifications are blowing up, but that's the thing I just want to get out of the way. I love that big celebrities like Idris and Keanu loves working on these movies, specifically the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. So we're just living in the best timeline, chat. With that being said, we got plenty of other things to share about. Which, speaking of which, obviously this franchise is not going away anytime soon. Which, by the way, we got some new photos right here. We got Mr. Jeff Fowler right here, standing next to Jim Carrey in his Joe Robotnik outfit, which, by the way, it is like a nice homage to the Shadow the Hedgehog outfit that he wears in that Shadow the Hedgehog video game. And I like the fact that Jim Carrey took so much time on helping out with the makeup that it literally took like 3 hours just to put the makeup on. Which, obviously, if you watch a Jim Carrey movie, he's no stranger to putting makeup on, like the Grinch or the Mask, etc., etc. But either way, gotta do this as my homework for the cosplay, because I do have the exact same Gerald glasses for my Gerald cosplay and my Eggman cosplay later this year. But that being said, okay, I saw this. I actually saw a clip where Jim Carrey's Eggman is literally sliding down like a worm or something and just go like that. So I thought that was pretty funny. But either way, I'm just glad that Jeff Fowler and Jim Carrey are having a blast on set. So I thank you, Jeff Fowler, for bringing Jim Carrey back on set. And then literally, you got both of the Jim Carreys. This is clearly in the Crab Lab. I'm assuming this is the scene where Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles get like free out of the black hole, and then Eggman and Gerald gets to team up with Agent Stone. I like the fact that Eggman has like a mini refrigerator down below, and I'm assuming that's the eye of the crab, just like in the crab mech that they have in the movie. So I literally like the fact that you have grandson and grandpa looking grumpy and angry, and then you have his gun ID badge right there. And then we get to the last photo where you got double the Carreys, double the mayhem, which I'm going to say this, chat. The chemistry that I'm looking forward to the most is the chemistry between Jim Carrey and Jim Carrey. So, that being said, aside from the Jim Carrey photo dump, let's get back to the other ones. So, here we have Knuckles literally standing by in London, Sonic Far From Home style. I love the fact that Jeff Fowler is the only one that saved the movie franchise, but the entire movie franchise with the first movie. Let's be honest, guys. This hedgehog not only saved Jeff Fowler's career, this hedgehog boost up Jeff Fowler's career, because remember, guys, Jeff Fowler started his career as a VFX animator, and he did the cutscenes for the Shadow the Hedgehog video game. And now here he is. Jeff Fowler listens to the fans after the ugly Sonic backlash back in 2019 with that freaking Gangster's Paradise, the ugly teeth and everything else, and redesigned Sonic and give us 3 successful Sonic movies where you have Idris Elba, Jim Carrey, and Keanu Reeves in the same franchise together. And the fact that the first Sonic movie was Jeff Fowler's first big blockbuster movie, round of applause, man. Jeff Fowler's like the James Gunn of the Sonic Cinematic Universe, and that's a compliment. Sorry, Chad, I'm speaking too much. But let's move on to the next picture, shall we? I like this pose where Sonic is literally, like, sitting down on the Ferris wheel. Yeah, exactly! It is literally like Spider-Man Far From Home. Like, Spider-Man was on, like, a Ferris wheel in one of the Far From Home posters, and it's literally like that. We want to bet Sonic will reference Spider-Man since he did the reference of the Batman poster. Right, with Blue Justice. I mean, like, y'all, this is Sonic Far From Home, y'all, because they're literally taking a place in London, and then you got the London Clock Tower. But that being said, aside from, you know, Far From Home comparisons, I think there's this one major photo right here that everyone wants me to talk about. Is Jeff Fowler working on that Pink Panther reboot? I mean, guys, I was actually curious about that, because if you look at Jeff Fowler's bio right now, it says Master of Creative Potatoes, Tamer of Hedgehogs. Originally in his bio, it literally, it used to say Tamer of Panthers. So I know that Pink Panther movie was announced like literally when Jeff Fowler released that first Sonic movie, which, don't get me wrong, guys, I would love to see Jeff Fowler make that Pink Panther movie, which I've heard rumors that Eddie Murphy would be the lead role, which I do like Eddie Murphy, and Eddie Murphy's like having a huge comeback in his career. So I don't know if that movie's still going to be happening, because we haven't heard updates about that Pink Panther reboot from Jeff Fowler. But to be fair, Jeff Fowler's like a lot more busy with Sonic, so most likely Jeff Fowler is sticking with the Sonic franchise, which is why in his bio it literally just says Hedgehogs but no Pink Panthers either way. Well, who knows someday. But anyway, this picture right here, hold on, it's loading. Happy birthday. We see Tails doing a Super Mario jump, and then you got Knuckles, then you got these presents, you got a cake, you got Tom and Maddie. A lot of people are like, this is the theory I come up with. So I'm thinking this is either Sonic's birthday, kind of like some people are mentioning, like, oh my gosh, it's a reference to Sonic Generations where they pull off a surprise party for Sonic. Well, you have no Chaotix, no Amy Rose, no Rouge the Bat, but you have Tails and Knuckles, you got 2 human characters, and a dog, which is Ozzy. But that being said, it could either be Sonic's birthday or probably just the day where Sonic came to Earth and actually moved in with the Wachowskis, just like in the first movie. Is it me or Ozzy looks different? Bro, if you guys been paying attention from the first 2 movies and the Knuckles series, it's not the same dog. Like, they replace a different breed of dog to play Ozzy. Like, in the Knuckles series, like, his fur look a lot more beige and white. Heck, even my dog is walking around just make sure, like, are you talking about me? No, Roxy, I'm not talking about you. I'm just wondering that people think that the post-credit scene was the best part of Sonic 3. Oh yeah, without giving away spoilers, guys, I was expecting that. I'm not going to give away for what the first post-credit scene is because I don't know what it is, but most people are saying that the first post-credit scene is the one that got fans, like, super excited for Sonic the Hedgehog 3. So be on the lookout. And I will say this, avoid spoilers for a minute. Roxy, why are you barking, girl? Relax. There's no need to cry. There's no need to cry, Roxy. Yeah, if you guys don't know what's going on, my dog, hold on, I'm about to show her in the chat. Roxy, don't cry. It's going to be fine. You're okay. How old is Sonic in the movie? Well, we're going to have to watch the movie ourselves, but I know in the first movie, Jeff Fowler literally says that Sonic is like 12, 13 when the first movie came out, and then the second movie is 8 to 9 months later after the first movie, so that could be like in one timeline. Sonic got more presents on his one birthday than I did in like 3 years. Like, holy, speak for yourself, bro. But that being said, it makes sense why there's like one TV spot ad where Sonic shouts, "Let's party!" So I'm like, yeah, this is basically, I'm thinking like the whole point of Sonic and Tails and Knuckles racing with each other throughout the whole woods of Green Hill so they can distract Sonic away so they can celebrate a whole party celebration. So say what you will, Sonic Generations reference what it is. I think it's going to be a pretty wholesome moment where, you know, Sonic found his family, his friends, all teaming up until the Kristen Ritter's character report by saying, oh, Gunn definitely needs Team Sonic's immediate assistance just to take down Shadow the Hedgehog in Tokyo. So that leads up to that. And by the way, this is the display that we got for both Eggman and Gerald suits, and bro, I like the fact that you got the suits that are a little more like of nanotechnology. Like, look at these suits. It looks so clean. Even these big zippers, like, it's crazy that we got a game-accurate suit for Eggman, but even an Eggman-accurate suit for Gerald, which that never happens before in the games, but I'm like, look, despite how expensive this is, I need this for my cosplay, but it's probably going to cost like over $1,000. So I honestly thought it was going to be funny. The movie's going to have like multiple post-credit scenes. In reality, guys, it's going to be 2 post-credit scenes. When it's going to be 2 post-credit scenes, think of it like it's a Marvel movie where basically it's mid-credit scene, and then the second post-credit scene is going to be at the very end. But a lot of people are saying that the first post-credit scene will get fans hyped. Just like how we all cheer when Tails shows up in Sonic 1, and Shadow made everyone crazy in Sonic 2. Sonic 3, I'm still going to call my bets as Amy Rose. Like, even in Brazil, when Jeff Fowler's like, oh yeah, if we make more stories, we'll add more fan-favorite characters. In the Brazil panel, fans were shouting, Amy, Amy, Amy. So I'm like, you gotta add Amy Rose in Sonic 4, plus Metal Sonic as well. And by the way, yo, this is insane, guys, but you got freaking Ben Schwartz and Keanu Reeves in the same table together. It's like, and I think that Ben Schwartz posted this on social media where he puts Wild Stallions, which is basically a Bill and Ted reference because, you know, Keanu Reeves plays Ted Logan in the Bill and Ted movies. But it's like, man, I remember back then, Ben Schwartz was like, I want to meet Keanu Reeves, I want to meet Idris Elba, but now, during the car premiere, he finally met Keanu Reeves in the flesh, that they're going to do press junket interviews together. I'm hoping those interviews get online on YouTube somehow, but that being said, this is just awesome to see. Like, we're literally seeing the voices of Sonic and Shadow side by side with each other. That being said, this is great. I think there's a couple of photos where Ben is like getting ready for his London press tour, and there he is with the Donut Lord himself. So other than that, pretty cool stuff. Pretty gravy stuff. So that being said, guys, I'm just saying, like, people commenting my replies are pretty weird. But let me just get to my homepage, make sure I'm not missing anything out, because I want to read the reviews since everyone in the chat's talking about the post-credit scenes. Yeah, we gotta talk about the majority of these high positive reviews. And yeah, by the way, okay, y'all, for those that watch my YouTube channel, I've made a review. No. I actually went to see Weezer live in Orlando earlier this year, and it was so cool to see Weezer live for their 30th anniversary, which, by the way, Ben Schwartz saw Weezer live performing all of their greatest hits from the Blue Album. And I like that the Sonic movie account literally just puts the real Blue Album. So we got the iconic meme. Instead of having Rivers, Patrick, Scott, and Brian from the Weezer band, you got Idris Elba, Jim Carrey, Ben Schwartz, and Keanu Reeves literally on the Blue Album. Ooh, I look just like Sonic Holly. Oh, and your Shadow the Hedgehog. I don't care if we gotta run fast. Gotta go live and learn. I think that would be hilarious. But that being said, as a Weezer fan, as a fan of these actors, and as a Sonic fan, this has got to be my favorite Weezer meme by far. And like we said, this is full circle for me because I literally saw Weezer live in concert in person. So I honestly love seeing this. Sonic Weezer is canon. Which, to be fair, y'all, I would not be surprised if they hire Weezer to do the soundtrack for Sonic 4. Which, if you know the Weezer fandom and the Sonic fandom, both of those fandoms, the fan bases of Weezer and Sonic, are mostly known for making a lot of memes. And I mean a whole lot of memes. Just imagine hearing Weezer making songs for Sonic 4. Which, to be fair, Weezer makes songs for SpongeBob Movie 3. Keanu Reeves was in SpongeBob 3. So, if you got Jelly Roll for Sonic 3, I would love to see Weezer for Sonic 4. As stupid as that sounds, that would like living the best of both worlds for me. That would be so awesome. Paramount, put Weezer for Sonic 4 soundtrack. Just saying. So, yeah, I saw that later on tonight. We finally might get our first gameplay footage of the Shadow Generations DLC, which the saddest thing about this DLC is you're not going to play as Movie Shadow throughout the main game, and this is only just like one level pack where you can only play like 2 acts of Tokyo, Japan, but at the exact same time, you also got to play like a couple of challenges. It's National Lampoon's Vacation and Dr. Robotnik's Christmas Vacation and Knuckles. Yeah, I also like that. Somebody better call Google Maps. Ken Man says that he's hunt for the Chaos Emeralds or whatever. No, because Sonic is lost. That's why he says that. But that being said, of course I'm excited for this DLC because, number one, you got Keanu Reeves voicing Shadow in a Shadow the Hedgehog video game, which is Shadow Generations, which, once I want to get the game myself, I definitely want to get gameplay. But I did expect this DLC to be a much more shorter because, one, it's $6. Secondly, it's only just based on the Tokyo level, which, by the way, guys, I like that you're looking at a sign that looks like the old Robotnik from Adventure Sonic the Hedgehog. Snooping as usual, I see. So you got the Pingus Man literally right there where Shadow is running off with his air shoe. So I thought that's pretty funny. And then, bro, I'm so disappointed that we can't play Shadow like in the main game. Like, this is the only time that you could play in the movie skin with Keanu's voice, which I understand because if you play this in the main story and have Kirk Thornton's voice and not Keanu, it just would make the least sense. But another thing that I am pretty disappointed from the DLC is there's no boss fight where you, like, I think it would be so cool in the DLC where you get Movie Shadow having a boss fight to fight Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles and have Ben Schwartz, Colleen O'Shaughnessy, and Idris Elba reprising their roles and you get to fight them as Shadow in the game. Yo, that would have been sick. I mean, I know we're going to see, like, gameplay on YouTube, gameplay on social media, including at the Game Awards show literally tonight. But however, I don't know, guys. I just feel like something could have been done so much better for the DLC. I still want to play it, still want to be interested with it, but, you know, I say it's the closest thing. I mean, the best thing about this DLC, they said that this DLC is not going to technically spoil the movie because the developers of the DLC literally says they only saw shots from the trailer and show, like, shots from the actual Tokyo, Japan city, since this is literally a city in real life, except they put some Sonic Easter eggs everywhere, just like the Pingus face over there, and then they put Shadow, and then the gun organization, the gun robots. So clearly it is inspired by a real-life setting in Japan in the movie Shadow skin, because remember, this does take place in the movie-verse. You got Keanu Reeves voicing Shadow with Ian Flint's writing, so even though I expected more from the DLC, but I think it would be pretty cool. I think the thing noticing the blue explosion that Sonic said somebody better call Google Maps, it's probably most likely the moment where Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles are getting stuck. I like the fact that you see moons and you see eggs, which is basically a reference to lattes. So that being said, I'll be on the lookout for the Shadow DLCs. But anyway, guys, we need to read some reviews for Sonic Movie 3 because I know like the online like the big full-length reviews are not available until like what, December 18th, and I'm not seeing the movie until like December 19th. Let's read the ones from the UK screenings, and then we're just going to watch a little bit of the blue screen one. Okay, here's one review right here. This is the same guy that asked Jim Carrey if he's going to wear the fat suit for Sonic 3, and he actually got. So here it is. Chris Killian says, "It's not that often that each movie gets better in the trilogy, but Sonic Movie 3 is the best of the bunch. There's action-packed goofiness applied thanks to Jim Carrey pulling double duty, but what I did not expect is a surprisingly moving performance from Keanu Reeves." I mean, bro, it's Keanu Reeves. Bro's a great actor, so of course he's going to be great. "A third act that makes Sonic fans a little weepy-eyed. Also, there are 2 post-credit scenes, so avoid spoilers is clear. Jeff Fowler and the crew have affinity for the blue blur, and he's not going anytime soon." So that being said, of course, the first review is a great performance from Keanu Reeves, but here's a big takeaway. Making Sonic fans weepy-eyed, which I've read some other reviews that some Sonic fans will get emotional in like in the final act moments. So if they make like a Deadpool and Wolverine like a prayer sequence with Super Sonic and Super Shadow, I probably might shed a tear. If Jim Carrey's Robotnik shouted, I would die happy. So the TV spots where Snap 2 fan dubs where Sonic calls Shadow Hot Top, and the TV spot where Eggman sells self-defense, we have a Twitter notification counts. I guess the writers have been watching the Snap Q dubs, including the pissing on the moon. So let me read this other one. "Guys, Sonic 3 is wholly the best from the franchise. It's so geared towards fans of the games. We're so grateful to be invited to an early screening. We cried 75% during the movie. 11 out of 10 no notes. Wow. 11 out of 10. Well, ladies and gentlemen, better bring in the tissues for the emotional stuff." And I'm not expecting, you know, the sad stuff with Shadow and Maria, but mostly with Sonic and even Robotnik. This popular user right here is mostly known for remixing Sonic music. Sonic 3 impressions. "You're in blast. It's worth the wait. Each film builds proof on the last. Thanks to Jeff Fowler, gross ass director, and to his fans. The fast paid attention, action-packed story leaves no dull moments." Am I seeing a Jim Carrey interview? Woo! Jim Carrey interview! Okay, we're going to watch that later on because, you know, whenever it's Jim Carrey something related, you know I'm going to watch it ASAP. So, got to take a look for myself. There's like one. Yeah, I want to read this interview, and then I gotta watch this review, and then we got plenty of interviews to watch. So it literally just says here, "Sonic 3 Nearest Perfection is easily the best film of the trilogy. While the first film felt like a kid's movie, this third film feels like it's aimed at young adults." Interesting. "With its story and tone, although the jokes never failed to find their place for the younger audience, Keanu Reeves is the perfect casting for Shadow, who is handled with great care and has a story that's emotional and powerful. Jim Carrey returns to dial up the charismatic and energetic characteristics. Ben Schwartz, Kalina Shaughnessy, and Idris Elba are an unstoppable trio, bring the film together with their vocal performances." So, that being said, I think this review pretty much sums up of what can you expect. Like, the first film, yeah, it does have that kids movie trope with it, but with the third movie saying like, oh, it's more gears for young adults, but yet there are going to be some jokes. I'm expecting mostly Sonic's jokes are going to be more for the kids by saying like, "Better call Google Maps," or "Let's go to Hogwarts. Hello, Governor." I'm expecting like Sonic's humor is going to be more towards for the kids, but then I guess like Jim Carrey's humor, James Marsden, dare I say maybe Idris Elba or Keanu Reeves, like their humor is more like towards to the adults. But definitely, for what most of these reviewers, like these reviews are saying that Sonic 3 is like, oh, it's the best film in the trilogy. I 100% believe that Sonic the Hedgehog 3 will be the best one in the trilogy by far. So I think that would be pretty awesome that, number one, not only this might be the best movie in the trilogy, but possibly the best video game movie trilogy of all time. Sorry, Super Mario. Sorry, Fallout. Sorry, Arcane. I think Sonic 3 might be the best video game movie. So one more week until we see peak cinema in theaters. Sorry, Chad. It's getting hot in here, so I need some AC. Because if you guys don't know, I live in the sunny state of Florida. So, without further ado, I see a lot of things. I'll get a biggest spoiler by McDonald's. Yo, don't spoil it in the chat. If you do, you will be blocked. I really hope that people don't saw the movie Sonic 3, don't spoil the post-credit scenes. Most people are saying that the post-credit scenes is like what's worth getting shout out. And there are like 2 post-credit scenes in the movie. The first one got fans super excited. The second one, we'll have to see. But either way, Keanu Reeves' Shadow is like pretty much the main positive thing I've been seeing. Same goes for Jim Carrey's double performance as Eggman and Gerald. But then, yeah, Sonic did say there's one line. Like he said, we're facing either Hello Kitty or Godzilla. Get it? Because they're going to Japan, and Japan created Godzilla, but also Hello Kitty at the same time. However, guys, there's like one review of the Sonic movie, which it's definitely more of a negative review than it pretty much is a positive review. Guys, I can't believe one reviewer just literally compared Sonic 3. Like, a Marvel movie is a compliment because literally it's like the Sonic movies are slowly but surely are becoming more and more like a Marvel movie, so I'm not surprised from that. But there's one reviewer that literally says it definitely has the vibes of a Minions movie and a Spy Kids movie. I'm trying to find that on one of my social media pages because, you know, I spam a lot of Sonic content stuff. Why? Because that's what the fans care about. This post right here. This one. The only way to describe Sonic 3 is a Marvel movie mixed with a Minions movie with Spy Kids. Everything for the franchise good is multiplied by 100. Shadow remains to be the coolest character in history. I like the fact that this bro's like, yeah, Shadow's cool. It's a Marvel movie, but yeah, it's cringy and stupid like a Minions movie and a Spy Kids film. And then this bro literally clarifies, there's a lovely rendition of Green Hill theme that points out one in the movie. Alright, cool, more Green Hill theme recognition, that's awesome. Sorry I did not say good or bad, I just feel like I could fall either one side. Pfft. That's hilarious. Comparing freaking Sonic 3 to Minions, despicable me. And personally for me, I just don't think so. Am I the only one thinks Sonic movie trilogy are the only movie sequels to have Jim Carrey? No, because it's the only one that exists, so it's the only Sonic trilogy in his career. Hopefully it's the same for the Mask and The Grinch. But that being said, comparing it to the Minions and Spy Kids is just hilarious. I mean, I get it. Some jokes may not land because some of them are just for the kids and some are not. Well, next week I'm going to stay out of YouTube till the 20th. That's why I'm doing this live stream right now, because I won't be live stream. Like, the next time that I could see myself live streaming is probably, like, after I saw the movie. Like, after when I saw the movie, I'm going to make, like, 2 separate YouTube reviews. I'm going to make a non-spoiler review on YouTube. I'm also going to make a spoiler review when I see the movie again. And once when I upload my spoilers review on YouTube, I'm thinking of making, like, a live stream where we discuss spoilers so then no one has the pressure by saying, like, oh, I haven't seen the movie yet. So that probably might be, like, my last live stream before, the year ends. We probably might do it like after when I go see the movie. So, and besides, I'm seeing the movie literally next Thursday, so that's why I want to do this live stream right now. But that being said, guys, we got plenty. So we've already talked about the reviews. Let's watch the interviews from the cast and crew. So there are a little bit of clips from Jeff Fowler. I literally just saw one with Jim Carrey, and I gotta see it for myself. But first, let's just get to Jeff, like the man himself who saved the Sonic franchise from its downfall. Director Jeff Fowler, literally right here. So, trying to find it. Okay, literally says here, like, Sonic Movie 3 director Jeff Fowler tells us how long he plans to direct the Sonic movie franchise to last. And here's what Jeff has to say in this clip.
It's about 25 years. Forgot.
25 years? Yeah.
No. It's we're taking these. Well, I would say we're taking them one at a time. Like we're always. You can't help but out of enthusiasm and excitement be looking forward to where could things go from here, especially with we always love doing character teases at the end of each film. So already, you know, the ideas and the.
So basically, in other words, guys, Jeff Fowler's going to be doing this until he's 90 years old. So either way, if you want Jeff Fowler to keep his career alive for the Sonic movies, well, show up to see, so then we can get Sonic 4, 5, 6, and all these spin-offs. And that being said, Jeff Fowler even commented about the post-credit scene. It's not a big spoiler, but he's like, this is a great way just to set up a fourth movie. Because, you know, every Sonic movie always does this formula of, hey, let's set up this new character that fans love for the next movie if they get excited to see it. So, let's get straight to it.
Certainly. I mean, in every bit the same way that I think in Sonic 2, when you see Shadow come up in the cryotube, you know that he's going to be a big deal, and we're really going to make that the focus of the next story. So absolutely, I think we're putting them in there for a reason, and we're not doing it, just to have an end credit teaser because we know fans love to see it. Like we're putting it in there because we're really excited about working with those characters.
I mean, to be fair, guys, Ben Schwartz even mentioned this in a separate interview where the third movie definitely sets himself for a potential fourth movie, and I do believe that we will get Sonic 4 at some point in the future. But that being said, we just got to see for the post-credit scene for whenever that's happening. But either way, I just think that would be pretty interesting of what could it be. If I had to take my best guess, it's literally going to be Amy Rose. That's my best guess. I think Amy Rose will be the best way to get fans hyped for Sonic 4. So let me just read the comments. What the F you all on? I don't know, man. The Sonic fandom, man. They got some random-ass questions in the chat, so I don't even know. I realized Knuckles did not have a lot of screen time in the Knuckles series. I think they used a standee throughout the Knuckles series, and they didn't have it for what he's used for. They did use a standee, and they use a puppet. I don't know. Sometimes people in the Sonic fandom can be brain dead. But either way, as much as I would read the comments, let's just get straight to the interviews themselves. Like, I literally just saw one with Jim Carrey himself. No, that's not the one. Here, there it is. Right here. There's going to be an advertisement.
Hey, well, I'm testing with Mama's Geeky.
Oh, this woman. I know who she is. She actually met Ben Schwartz and met Jim Carrey with her daughters in the first Sonic movie. So, double trouble. Jim Carrey playing on both roles. So, guys, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to listen. And if I talk, I'm going to pause.
Thank you so much, Jim, for taking the time.
You guys have no idea how much I miss this man so much, and now he's back thanks to this one and only franchise that keeps Jim Carrey out of retirement.
I'm so glad to be here. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, I loved this movie so much. I mean, you're fantastic in everything you do, but I love seeing the dynamic between yourself. So can you talk about playing? Yeah, it's like
I mean, like I said, the best chemistry in Sonic 3 is Jim Carrey and Jim Carrey.
It's like you've known each other forever. Your chemistry is great.
Me, myself, and Irene.
I had heard that I'm very difficult to work with, but it turned out not to be true. We actually got along pretty well.
Do you check each other with what you smell like? Have you got along as roommates? Have you clogged the toilet?
Yeah, it was a wild little experiment, you know. It's just I had Brendan Murphy, this wonderful actor from England, that was doing the other part, so I would be Robotnik, he'd be Jim.
So basically a British actor literally had to do the other makeup prosthetics as Eggman and Gerald just to go opposite with Jim Carrey.
Gerald, I'd be Gerald, he'd be Robotnik, and we danced back and forth like that the whole time. I had to tell him what I might be doing
from the
tomorrow,
Run music video.
And then I had to tell him what I think I did yesterday, and all of that, and he was...
I think with Jim Carrey's interview, it's going to take notes if I'm ever going to cosplay as Eggman and Gerald at the same time, have a real dance partner, just do two parts.
It was fantastic. So, it was a challenge, but it was really fun. It was really, really interesting.
Yeah, what was it like? Like, did you ever do the same, like, each other the same day, you know what I mean? Or did you say, like...
Question. How did this woman get to interview Jim Carrey literally in her room with her Funko Pops? Paramount? Give me the contact information because I would love to meet Jim Carrey through a web call, because even though Jim Carrey has noticed me during the first Sonic movie on Twitter, but that was like 4 years ago, so Paramount, give me the contact info because I want to interview Jim Carrey someday.
Okay, today is just Robotnik, the next day is Gerald, yeah.
You had to stay in the one character in the day. I don't think I ever changed over in the middle of the day. It generally was like a day of Robotnik, then a day of Gerald, or a day of Gerald and a day of Robotnik, and but, you know...
I mean, I guess that makeup truly helps, like saying, like, okay, you're Eggman, you're Gerald, Eggman, Gerald, Eggman, Gerald.
Well, it was fun to delineate the characters, too, to have them be different people, you know? And I hope I pulled that off, and I think, you know, it's just...
Can't wait for this movie to come out 2 more weeks. Correction, 1 week. Not 2 weeks, since we're literally getting the movie next week.
Because they have different desires, you know?
Yeah, no, you absolutely did.
What will you do if you interview Jim Carrey? Really good question since you're asking me. I mean, literally, big Jim Carrey fan. So clearly, I'll be like, what would be one line that I would say? I would say like, good morning, Jim. So I would be like, hey, Jim, I've been a huge fan of your movies growing up. I'm going to sound like one of those 50-year-olds. I'll be like, I grew up with you, man. So I know I'm going to be in a short, limited time. As much as I aspire to many of your passionate creations, what made you feel so invested of being a part of the entertainment industry for like over 40 years? Like, what is the best takeaways that you could take the legacy of your career? And then if I have more time for questions, I'll be like, hypothetically speaking, if you do come back for Sonic 4, I'm not saying that's a guarantee, but what's that one idea you could do for what Robotnik is able to do in the Sonic universe? And then another question would be a legacy sequel. Would be like, if you have an idea for the Mask sequel, because even though there's no script, what's one idea you would love to see the Mask or the Grinch will do if they ever come back for a Legacy sequel? And then that being said, I would love to do, like, pull off my best Jim Carrey impression, no matter, like, what movie it's going to be. Like, for an instance, if I quote a line for what Robotnik says, where he goes, "What do I look like, an imbecile? Of course I want a latte. I love the way you make them!" I think it would be cool if I get, like, an impression from Jim Carrey. Roxy, why are you crying, girl? Relax. Relax. Girl, you just gotta relax. Sorry, guys. My dog is just being such a crybaby. Hey, just say hi to the cat. My dog is such a baby. Anyway, let's just continue with the interview.
One thing I
The
love.
older generation is always a little harder than the younger one. You know what I mean?
Ha!
Yeah,
Generation puns.
I love it. Well, one of the things I love about this movie so much is it kind of plays with the idea of, like, if one little thing about your life was different, you could go on a completely different path. So
This kind of gives you like a Christmas Carol, Back to the Future mumbo jumbo of past self, old self. You get what I mean.
Yeah.
Do you feel there's anything in your life?
families that are watching it, it says, like, if you know, your family can make you or break you.
Literally.
It's like nature versus nurture too, a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Great thematic theme that they teach you in English class, or reading class.
It's like, you know, that's why Robotnik is the most dangerous kind of person in the world. He's the loveless child with a.
He's the Sonic-shaped hole. He was an orphan. He got kicked out by a nun orphanage. He hates humanity. He loves machines. And he gets to reunite with his grandfather. So finally, Robotnik got his cold heart feeling warm in Sonic 3.
Triple-digit IQ, who's bitter, and it's metastasizing into villainy.
Yeah.
Human beings are reliable, stupid. I care very little about them, but machines are redelicate, relentless. They're everything to me. That's exactly what he would say in Sonic 1.
I mean, what was it like getting to put on? Yeah. Oh gosh. Yes. You're telling.
I like that Jim Carrey's Robotnik is evolves every movie closely for the game actor itself. What's missing is the iconic blue glasses. Maybe for Sonic 4? Maybe. Who knows?
Me, I know. What was it like getting to put on that, like, act?
I mean, we don't want another Jim Carrey sequel without Jim Carrey because it's basically a plague. I mean, yeah. Look at Son of the Mask, Ace Ventura Jr., and the Dumb and Dumber prequel. You know Jim Carrey sequels cannot work if Jim Carrey's not involved.
Actual suit. Like, we've seen Robotnik through so many different iterations over these 3 movies, but that suit, man, you look amazing at the end.
I question what is with Jim Carrey's costume wardrobe for these movies.
The suit was crazy. It was,
He's talking about the game actor too.
It's, Ellie Baker designed the suits, and she was just magnificent, but they were heavy, and they were tight, and they were like, you know, I dreamed up some things that I could do physically, you know, while I'm in a writer's room, and it's an intellectual idea, and then I get on the set, and I go, what the hell am I doing to myself? You know, it's 4 days of being a praying mantis and a scorpion, and...
How ironic, because Jim Carrey was wearing a t-shirt with a praying scorpion. Oh, we got another Jim Carrey interview in the chat. Okay. We also got an Idris Elba interview. So I'm so glad I'm streaming today because we're getting a lot of interview with the cast and crew of Sonic 3.
You know, and it's just... But at the same time, I sit back and I go, gosh, I'm so lucky I can actually do this stuff. And it's like the most money anybody has ever spent on a crazy... insane sequence like this.
Let me guess, is this the sequence where Bo Vegman and Jarl have their confrontation with those suits and then they have the giant glove and he goes, "Step up defense, damn you autocorrect." I believe Jim's referring to that scene at the Space Colony arc.
You know, the action sequence, it's just unbelievable on comedy.
Yeah, like straight out of a Marvel movie.
You know, so I feel super lucky, you know, to have all of those elements working together. You know, there's so many elements in this movie. It's a very different kind of film. It really is.
And that's why Jim Carrey came back for Sonic 3. A script that's written in gold ink for people that said, like, hey, this is worth seeing in theaters. Man, the Sonic movie crew knows how to bring Jim Carrey invested into this franchise with so much creative ideas. Keep it going if you want Jim Carrey to come back for Sonic 4.
It's got the kid thing, but it's got a wink to the adults. It's got everything. you know? So.
Absolutely.
It's the perfect video game movie franchise that won't just appeal for fans. It appeals to like all families and all ages.
That's why people like Keanu Reeves and, you know, Idris Elba are jumping into it.
And the fact that they're all in the same movie together, which is insane, man.
Because they can see that it appeals to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It does, and you're so great. That scene you talked about the mantis, I was dying. I was cracking up.
Oh yeah.
Certain jokes. I don't want to spoil them for people, but something about a 2011 film's fantastic as well.
A 2000. Whoa! Jim Carrey references some random 2011 movie. I'm curious of what it is. I gotta go see the movie myself because I know it's gonna be something funny.
That's so great. So thank you.
I'll get spanked for that one. But.
Imagine if Eggman says, "What? Oh, you're talking about the I can't rule the world. I might as well save it." We'll have to wait and see where that line goes in the movie.
No, it's fantastic.
Classic laugh.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. This went by so quick, but just an honor to speak with you. I absolutely love it.
I mean, to be fair, you let your daughters interview Jim Carrey when that first Sonic movie came out, so you're lucky to meet with Jim again, woman.
Love your career. You're fantastic.
Thank you.
Absolute legend.
Thank you.
Have a happy holiday.
That's wholesome. But that being said, guys, we're not done with the interviews. I literally saw another one with Jim Carrey, but also one with Idris Elba, one with Keanu Reeves. Like, bro, we're not even done with the Sonic 3 stuff. Yep, I see one. There's one with Idris Elba. But before we get to Idris, you know I'm a Jim Carrey fan, so Jim Carrey comes first, and then we'll go with the others. So we'll go with Jim Carrey, and then we'll go to the Idris Elba one next. That being said, guys, I'm just glad that we're getting Sonic 3 interviews right now. So Jim Carrey reacts to enduring popularity of the Grinch, so gratified. Is that one of the reasons why that he's interested? Is that one of the reasons why he's somewhat interested to come back as the Grinch, even though he doesn't want to do the makeup, just do motion capture? But either way, Grinch is in the title, so I click and I watch.
Such a pleasure to watch you on screen. You just light up the room and you bring us so much joy.
Whoa, is that Dojo Cat? I'm just kidding.
And we get.
I hope the Mask returns. I mean, like what I said, Jim Carrey mentions that he would be up for a sequel to The Mask. And trust me, I want that Mask sequel so much ever since when I was a kid. It's just that somebody in Hollywood, some writer, some film director needs to write that script. Because I remember we were supposed to get an Ace Ventura 3, which was going to be written by the same writers that gave us the Sonic movies. All three of them with Jim Carrey. But somewhat, that Ace Ventura 3 never happened, so who knows, but we'll see.
Two of you this time.
Yes, you did.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So I want to know through the process, just like, what was that like acting with yourself?
You didn't know how much you needed that, did you?
To be fair, Jim Carrey has finally done the comedy trope where most comedy actors have done this. Like Mike Myers has done this with the Austin Power movies. Eddie Murphy did with The Nutty Professor. Even Ryan Reynolds did it with Deadpool and Nicepool and Deadpool Wolverine, where comedy actors are interacting with themselves but in different roles. Jim Carrey has joined the comedy club of comedians playing two different characters in the same scene with Eggman and Gerald.
Yes, no, I really, like, it brings me so much joy. I don't even think I can explain it. Because you have so much, like, physical comedy, and then your lines.
And the man is 63 years old, and he's still got that game. Remember, chat, age is just a number. If you could do physically wacky movements no matter how old you're getting, Jim Carrey proves that he still got his A game in it.
I make these things up in a room with writers and stuff, and you're sitting there, and it's all an intellectual idea, and then you get on the set and you go like, what the hell have I done to myself? I got a 50-pound suit on. I'm being a scorpion and a praying mantis for 4 days.
50 pounds?
You know, it's.
So wait, the suit, the Eggman and Gerald suit's like 50 pounds? I mean, at least it's not as uncomfortable like his Grinch makeup by comparison.
Quite something, but I feel, you know, blessed to be able to do it.
But hey, at least Jim Carrey doesn't feel ashamed or embarrassed. Like, he's like proud of it. Good for you, Jimbo.
Well, and you know,
and
I just think
I just like it where he goes.
You know, you want to do it all. You want to have good lines. You want to do physical comedy, but
unscripted moments.
Comedy translates to everybody. It's like there's no language. You know.
This is why I consider this man as the king of comedy, because he's funny verbally, physically, and mentally. This man can do it all in all of his movies.
It's universal. I always like it.
When you're scooting across the floor, I died. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, where he goes like a worm. Off topic, but the trailer for Earth Day Looney Tunes has been officially released. I know, I saw it. Looks pretty good. I don't think it's gonna be a box office hit, but I think it will be a good Looney Tunes movie. So, yeah, I'm aware of it. Smokin'.
Let's talk about
the inchworm. Yeah,
the inchworm.
Yeah,
the Sega wormhole.
Difficult.
let's talk about the actual physical transformation, because you transform and you
the
shaved
fat
your
suit,
head.
Yes, I did.
For the role, what was that like?
Well, Lee Majdoub shaved my head.
Yes.
Yeah, like we literally just saw that from a behind-the-scenes featurette that, yes, Lee Majdoub, who plays Agent Stone, literally cut off his hair on set. So I'm like, bro, the fact that Jim Carrey literally cut his hair in real life for this, it's like so much commitment that Jim Carrey has done for this role. And by the way, that hair was grown during Jim Carrey's quote-unquote retirement, so it was quite fitting to do that for Sonic 3.
That was an opportunity. I was growing my hair out. I was part of a biker gang, and you know, I had
Smoke on the water.
Acid rock cover band that I was working in.
Question: what rock band is it? Is it Nirvana's Green, Deep Purple, Pantera?
But no, I got to that point where I went like, well, I guess I need to shave the head off, my head off for the thing, and I went.
Yeah, the fact that Jim Carrey literally shaved his head on, commitment. I respect that.
Well, what if we use this?
I want to shave my head too.
Actually has a full head of hair, and he just lets it grow in this huge mode.
Just gotta grow it my head.
It's not because of male pattern baldness that he shaved his head, you know. And as soon as Lee found out that he could actually shave my head on camera, he was.
That's gotta be some balls, bro.
Yeah. No, you have a very healthy hairline.
I'm jealous because Lee gets to cut Jim Carrey's hair. I wish I could cut his hair.
I got lucky with that.
I want to keep it in a Ziploc bag.
For you, I want to know, like, at this stage of your career, because you've played so many iconic characters.
Of course.
And you're revisiting this role, but do you like revisiting characters, or do you like exploring new characters?
Exploring.
Well, both. You know, I've never been a big sequel guy, so...
Okay, Jim, you're still... Sure, you're in your no sequel rule, but yet you're back in Sonic, okay?
I was never, especially, you know... I was going to say while I was growing up, but I was growing up. But I always wanted to kind of explore new stuff. If I had done, you know, 4 sequels of Ace Ventura, I wouldn't have done The Truman Show.
Or,
you know?
I knew it. I knew Jim Carrey would have said that. If he would have done like multiple sequels to Ace Ventura, The Mask, he wouldn't have done like his critically acclaimed drama movies like Truman Show and Eternal Sunshine. I know you kids don't watch those movies, but those movies like shows Jim Carrey's range, that he's not just a funny guy. He can actually be sad, be vulnerable, make you cry as you're watching him. So, of course, that would have been a completely different career. But hey, Jim, since time has passed, you can always revisit whenever the script is right.
So there wouldn't have been those opportunities necessarily. So I always like to do new things, but this one in particular, I was at a time in my life where I thought, you know what, I'd like to do a role that recurs and hopefully it evolves. You know, and it doesn't stay the same.
Literally, Jim Carrey says this in a Sonic 2 interview. That's a hilarious face frame, right away. Typical Jim Carrey face frame. But anyway, on topic. Literally, Jim Carrey mentioned this in Sonic 2, like, around during, like, his mid-50s when he was working on getting ready for Sonic 1. In his mind, he's like, it would have been nice to be in a franchisable character that morphs and evolves and grows. And that's where Dr. Ivo Robotnik, a.k.a. Dr. Eggman, came into play, where the character doesn't look the same. The character doesn't stay the same. His goals are not the same. So that's why Jim Carrey is so invested on playing this character, because, like what he says, it's evolution. It's evolution!
And Robotnik is changing.
Like, he grows and evolves. He doesn't stay the same. I mean, look, he literally has the fat suit, the bald head. He has Shadow reunited with his grandpa. There's so much you could do with this Robotnik character, man. So I don't think he's going away anytime soon from this franchise.
Every movie, he's changing. And he's getting more and more bitter and vengeful and
literally
hostile. You know, his megalomania is completely ratcheting.
His ego is going out of hand with his big stash and his big belly.
The creations that he comes up with are like commensurate with his level of angst. They're becoming these.
From the Space Colony Yard with Shadow. Hopefully you do Metal Sonic for Sonic 4.
Wondrous technological marvels. Yeah. And, you know, where does he get the funding? I don't know. Maybe crypto.
There you go.
GoFundMe page.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
You played
Breaking
Evil
news,
Solo,
good.
First of all,
we all got it in us.
Yeah, enjoy it. But I have to know. So obviously it's the holiday season.
Yeah.
Grinch has become such a staple.
Of course, he's going to talk about
what a
Grinch
thing in my life. I'll tell you, it really makes me feel good.
That's what I was wondering from your perspective. Like, the film means so
hands down one of my favorite Carrey roles of all time, and still my favorite Christmas movie.
To us, what does it mean to you?
for me, growing up, there were movies like It's a Wonderful Life and things like that. And of course, I watched the Grinch cartoon when I was growing up.
Yeah, I knew he was going to give a shout out to the 1966 Chuck Jones cartoon because that cartoon literally came out when Jim Carrey was a kid.
And these are staples that every year, that's just Christmas, you know? And
yeah, because every generation has a Christmas classic staple in their life.
How it happened, my gosh, I don't know, but I'm so gratified by the idea that's, you know, one of the Yule logs people go to, you know?
And not only that, Grinch is so famous that he's even at Universal everywhere, which is the best time to go to Universal to meet the Grinch.
And so when it pops up every year, I'm really happy about it.
Despite the makeup torture, at least it was like, you know, a movie that was worth that to his career, and still one of his most iconic performances.
It's a lovely thing.
Must be my sedative! So that's all for Jim Carrey. Let's go to the man, Nuck if you buck, Idris Elba, bro.
Full circle moment for me because a few months ago I said
Idris Elba says 10-year-old son to do the Knuckles voice. Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why Idris did the Knuckles voice, not only because he grew up playing the Sonic games, like his son loves Sonic and his son likes the character Knuckles, so I think his son is proud of his dad doing the voice. So let's go with my man, my boy Idris Elba.
Sat down with your wife in New York. Love her.
Yeah.
And now in London, your home turf.
Here we are.
Let's not forget, guys, Knuckles is British, so that means he's back with his people. And then Sonic 2 came out, I was not expecting Idris Elba to voice Knuckles. Back then, I was thinking either The Rock, John Cena, Jason Momoa. But then, ironically, I was watching this movie called The Suicide Squad, directed by James Gunn, where Idris Elba and John Cena were fighting against each other. And days later, after when I watched that movie, Idris Elba was announced as the voice of Knuckles for Sonic 2, and I'm like, what? Bloodsport, Hemdell, the dude from Finding Dory, Zootopia, and the Jungle Book remake is the voice of Knuckles? Not gonna lie, that's a pretty sick casting then, boy. Idris Elba delivered as Knuckles in Sonic 2, the Knuckles series, and probably for Sonic 3. Like heck, like we said, aside from Jim Carrey's Eggman, Idris Elba's Knuckles, my second favorite performance, but also my second favorite character in the Sonic movie universe. It's Idris Elba's Knuckles.
For you, how is it, you know, stepping back into that role and
come back, you got consistency, you can, you know, nuance it a little bit, so that's good.
And I thought it's because Idris Elba needs a break whenever he's doing like action movies where physically, if he's getting tired, he can just focus on more of his vocal performance than just being on camera. And he is right now. There was a theory where Maddie's clothes predict the next character in the appear of the sequels. Yup. First movie, she wore yellow for Tails. Second movie, red and black for Shadow. She wore pink in the Knuckles series, and then pink again for Sonic 3. Yeah, it's Amy Rose. It's got to be Amy Rose. Really burn your voice out. Like, literally for me, I got to do some voice acting for this Sonic 3 stop motion dub that I'm going to be doing with a couple of content creators. Like, you can clearly right here where I'm going to be voicing Jim Carrey's Dr. Robotnik for this project, so fun fact, Idris Elba and Ben Schwartz never interacted with each other until now, thanks to the London, UK premiere. They have not interacted during the Sonic 2 or Knuckles premiere, but they finally did. There's a Chris scene. Yeah, that's a common thing for Jim Carrey's career. He always plays grouchy, grumpy old men, from Grinch to Ebenezer Scrooge to Eggman and Gerald. So I'll say this, Sonic 3 is technically Jim Carrey's third Christmas movie in his career after The Grinch and Disney's Christmas Carol.
But if I see kids and they go, parents will be like, he's Knuckles or he's Captain Bogo or whatever.
From Zootopia.
I'll have to do the voice, you know.
Oh, do the voice.
They'll go, oh, is that you?
Do you ever do it with your kids? You're just like, they're like older.
Hold on. Guys, I'm not joking with you. I literally had a dream where Idris Elba showed up in my dreams. I think I was in a DJ concert and then Idris Elba gave me a fist bump and then I shouted in the crowd, I got a fist bump from Knuckles! And then there was a second dream where Idris Elba was my youth pastor at a church where he's like, alright kids, have some ice cream. What is ice cream? And it's like, bro, it's gonna be Sonic 2 vibes all over again because I remember Idris Elba literally was in my dream. Like, if I ever get to meet Idris in real life, it's like, bro, I think because of you being voiced the Knuckles in the Sonic movie series, you popped up in like 2 of my dreams, bro.
Kids are like, what? No. Sometimes my son who's 10, he will say, do the Knuckles voice, you know.
Yeah, I heard that Idris Elba's cast for that live action version of that 80s cartoon, which I'm surprised about that.
Tell us.
I can't do anything except, yeah.
I would love to hang out with Idris. I mean, yeah, to be real, I mean, I know Idris Elba does like a lot of DJ parties for like as a hobby if you check like his social media posts, but I'm gonna be honest, Bro seems like a really chill guy. Like, all joking aside from him popping out in my dreams, I could vibe in with Idris and be like, hey, yo, what's one of your favorite rap songs that you decide to pull in? What's one remix that you could do? Is it true that you listen to Patti Smith? Or in some cases, I don't know, I'll just talk about some other things like, hey, what's other franchise you would like to be a part of outside of Sonic, Marvel, Star Wars, or Disney, or DC?
Making that movie, and again, it's sort of, you know...
I was gonna say, like, what's one of my favorite lines for what Idris Elba says? It's in the Suicide Squad movie where he literally shouts out, "You see who that is? It's your mom!" Hilarious. I think some Sonic fans made some automatics of that would know. From who do you want to meet? For me, it's Keanu. I mean, heck yeah. I mean, who would not want to meet Keanu Reeves? Because, look, outside of Keanu Reeves' acting roles, bro is so nice. Like, Keanu would do anything just to help a homeless person down in the street. He would do anything to show up at your birthday parties or your weddings, do a nice autograph for the kids. I mean, like I said, outside of Keanu Reeves as an actor, he's a really good person. One of the rarest good people in Hollywood, so I would love to meet Keanu as well. And besides, I love his movies. I love John Wick. I like the Matrix movies. I like Bill and Ted. Heck, I even liked him in Toy Story 4 for crying out loud. Let's kaboom!
So clearly you've been practicing.
Speaking of Keanu, we gotta find an interview with Keanu and Ben. Hey, that'll be all for that solo interview with Idris Elba. Is there any more from the cast, or... yeah, let's just move on. So, how about we go to the blue carpet premiere? I just want to see some Keanu Reeves. Like, yeah, there is one with Ben Schwartz, Tika Sumter. Ah, there we go. Keanu, right here. There's one with Jeff Fowler and Keanu Reeves themselves. Ah, great. Some Google advertisements. Thanks for reminding me, Florida. Ah, copyright. Skip.
Number 3, the great Keanu Reeves plays Shadow.
Yo, the John Wick haircut.
Sonic from the video game with powers similar to Sonic's. In this scene, Sonic meets Shadow for the first time.
Yeah, technically. Hey, the clip.
Whoa.
I found you, Faker.
He looks just like you.
Impossible. You're a colorful bunch.
Is that literally the first line?
Why do you look like me?
I don't look like
I don't look like you.
You look like
you
me.
look like me.
Why do you look like me?
Why do you look
Hey,
like
you
me?
know what? I'll ask the questions,
New hedgehog.
Who are you?
Who are you? Why do you look like me? Why do you sound like Keanu?
And of course, the movie
that would have been such a perfect opportunity by saying, why do you sound like Keanu Reeves? Pop quiz, hotshot.
is distributed by Paramount Pictures, part of our parent company, Paramount Global. Keanu Reeves and
Keanu!
How are you doing?
I like the fact that Keanu cut his hair, which I get it. He's not doing a... I know he's doing a John Wick spinoff, which features Ana de Armas, called the movie Ballerina, but obviously he ditched off the John Wick haircut. And there he is next to Jeff Fowler.
Good morning.
Morning, we're doing great.
Gotta say, Keanu's still rocking in black, bro.
Be here.
Protect all the puppies before they get killed.
Well, thank you for joining us, Keanu. I'll start with you. You are joining the franchise as Shadow, complex character.
You're breathtaking.
Really intense emotions. How
Hell yeah!
voice
I'm
acting
thinking
and
I'm
animation
back.
Different from performing on screen.
Well, obviously you don't have your body. You don't have your eye.
And to be fair, Keanu does have his range of voice acting. He did voice act in the Bill and Ted cartoon in the 90s. He did like an anime based on The Matrix with his character Neo. Obviously, he voiced Batman in DC League of Super Pets, Duke Kaboom in Toy Story 4. And I think Keanu Reeves also, you know, Johnny Silverhead in Cyberpunk with Idris Elba. And obviously, Shadow the Hedgehog. So, of course, Keanu's no stranger to voice acting. He's perfect at it.
To help kind of communicate.
A minor detail for a great actor.
I like the fact that that's his haircut literally throughout voice recording as Shadow in this.
They're like, yeah, I do.
Yeah,
hey, what up, my man? Hey, what's up? Users are joining the chat. We're just watching the national treasure himself, John Wick, Neo from the Matrix, Keanu Reeves on camera right now.
But you also have a wonderful freedom. And there's something really special
I thought he would keep the John Wick haircut while recording.
About the concentration and the way that you have to articulate the voice and express. I find it really exhilarating.
Gotta give props to Jeff Fowler, man. Like, you literally made a joke about Keanu Reeves in the first Sonic movie. Now you finally got him in your franchise. Talk about foreshadowing a full circle moment.
Keanu, there's some depth and some pain in Shadow's voice. How did you choose what voice to go with?
It's crazy that we got the general public, casual people, talk about Shadow the Hedgehog. What an interesting timeline we're living in, ladies and gentlemen.
I went searching and looking, and I had a wonderful director in terms of Jeff and
the one and only director that
okay,
makes these movies.
Trying to find my inner shadow and bring it out.
Yep, he did play Sage in the third SpongeBob movie, also made by Paramount.
To the fore.
Yeah, we had some really great early conversations, and I think one of the things that
And now we got, the one thing is, you got one of my dream ideas to have Keanu Reeves and Jim Carrey in a movie together. Now, you got Keanu Reeves interacting with two Jim Carreys. Best Christmas gift of 2024, without question.
Keanu did, which is really smart, was just identify the other characters, the voice, performances, and Ben Schwartz and Colleen O'Shaughnessy and Idris Elba, and where they were, just tone, and just found a really great spot for Shadow, because when you have 4 voice actors in the same film and 4 performances, they all want to have...
Yeah, Ben, Colleen, Idris, and Keanu, yeah, that is 4 for now.
Have their own, their own unique sound, and Keanu kind of identified that need. And
like that Keanu's like playing around with it.
And it works great.
No doubt about it. And Jeff, when you peel back the layers, there's some heavy storylines in this, especially when it comes to Shadow. I mean, he's a creature of his lived experiences, which is why he looks at the world the way he does. What can people expect from this one?
Oh, I mean, Shadow just provided such an exciting opportunity for us. Obviously, this is the 3rd film. We're always looking for ways to bring exciting new ideas and innovate.
I love seeing Keanu Reeves, of all people, talk about Shadow the Hedgehog. I know, right? That's what I've been anticipating for ever since the press tour. Like, obviously for me, of course, I'm excited to see Jim Carrey interviews, and so far I'm seeing some. But now that we're seeing Keanu Reeves talking about Shadow next to the director of the movies, this is awesome.
And give audiences something that really feels new. And Shadow was all of that and more. This is a character that's been around for over 20 years. He's so massively popular.
It's crazy because Sonic Adventure 2 came out the year that I was born, back in 2001. Yeah, I was born the same year when Sonic Adventure 2 came out. And the fact that Shadow's become this fan favorite for 20 years later, that Sega promoted... I think you got to give props to Jeff Fowler Paramount by saying, yeah, Shadow's going to be in the 3rd movie. And Sega's like, we need a new Shadow video game. We need some new Shadow shorts. We need the Euro Shadow. And some Maria recognition, too, as well.
In the Sonic fan base. And then when everyone found out that Keanu was going to voice him, I mean, you talk about dream casting. I just went crazy. And I know...
Because I'm not kidding with y'all. I mean, people have been saying this since the 2nd movie, but for me, since the first Sonic movie, when that first movie came out, my prediction came true. I was like, if they make a 3rd movie with Shadow the Hedgehog, they should cast Keanu Reeves. So, I was there since the first Sonic movie, and we've all got what we wanted. There's no other actor that would play this character than Keanu Reeves. I saw that Sonic and... No, let me read that again. I saw that Mario and Sonic were both have Japanese anime series that fell back in the past years. Yeah, quite ironic if you ask me.
They're going to absolutely love what he's done with the character.
Yeah, and Keanu, you were referenced in Sonic 1.
Yep, I knew it, the Speed
Sonic
reference.
Talked about the
it's
movie
canon
Speed
now.
and calling you a national treasure, which we all believe
Pop
is true.
quiz, hot
What is
shot,
it like
a
being
classic
referenced
line.
in the movie and then being called for the role in the part 3?
Mm-hmm.
I have to confess it's a little surreal, but also wonderful. And then you also threw a speed reference.
Yes, we're doubling and tripling down on our meta storytelling. Yeah, Sonic 3 Robotnik has a speed reference.
Jim Carrey actually says it?
We just love this guy.
I gotta rewatch the Speed movie just to get it.
Sonic family, and he's here, and it's incredible.
Listen, I was able to get a sneak peek, and Jeff, yes, I did catch the Easter eggs. Well done, my friend. Jeff, we're around...
I hope one day you'll meet Jim Carrey. Someday, ladies and gentlemen, someday, one way or another, whether if it's, I don't know, a Sonic movie, or maybe it's not a Sonic movie, maybe one of his sequels, a drama film, I would love to meet him, and I think this will be crazy. I would love to be in a movie with him, whether if it's a side role or cameo. I mean, come on. It's never too late to meet your heroes. I mean, hold on, chat. I'm about to get this real quick. Even though he did acknowledge my Robotnik post back in Sonic 1, I literally got his autograph twice. This was back then in 2020 when he was writing his memoir during the COVID year, so it's never too late. It's never too late, chat.
On the same age, so we are men of a certain era, and I was a huge fan of Sonic and still am. And there was also a reference to blowing the cart.
I truly believe that Keanu will never get into any controversy in his career because, yeah, Keanu's a smart guy. He knows how to dodge the bullets from, you know, not getting canceled. You know what I mean?
Cartridge, which was something we all did.
Yes.
I gotta ask you, do you believe that actually works when playing video games?
And yeah, just like Jack Black, at least Keanu's a gamer and he's shameless about it.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't know what the science is behind it, but
Oh, the Sega game cartridge where it's like, oh, you're not supposed to blow it on that thing.
100%. You got a cartridge and you give it, you know, a good blow, it's gonna work. See, Keanu knows. He's a natural.
Yep.
No doubt. And before we let you go,
Bro's a
Keanu,
genius.
I gotta ask, you are back in the John Wick spinoff. Ballerina.
I saw that trailer.
So I have to find out, will there be a chapter 5 of John Wick?
Without giving away spoilers of John Wick Chapter 4, I don't know if you kids watch John Wick because obviously these movies are too violent for those who are young in the chat. Let's just say he doesn't make it out alive in John Wick Chapter 4. That's all I'm going to say. So I don't know how that's going to work after the 4th movie. Because I binge on watching all 4 John Wick movies. And literally before he was shot, I'm like, man, John Wick's line sounds directly like a Shadow line. I need guns. Lots of guns.
You can never say never, but my knees right now are saying...
Because bro's now 60 years old. Yeah, just 60. He doesn't look the age, but he is getting older, guys.
He can't do another John Wick. So my heart does, but I don't know if my knees can do it.
Which is why you can voice Shadow for like decades to come.
Exactly.
No physical limitations. That's just your voice.
I'm free.
You heard it here first.
Yeah,
Keanu will be playing Shadow for the next 20.
He's gonna be doing this until he's 90. Until you're 90, Keanu.
Paramount definitely likes that answer, and I'll just say...
Yep, what the reporter says, true. Paramount wants to make this like their own Marvel Cinematic Universe with Sonic characters. I mean, heck, Idris Elba literally says they should make like a Knuckles and Shadow spin-off together. Maybe a Shadow spin-off movie, have Keanu back in Sonic 4 or 5. I'm older, I don't watch the John Wick movies, but the Matrix movies, I need to watch more Keanu Reeves movies. Yeah, bro, how about you become more cultured? How about you take a break from Sonic and explore the actor's filmography? I know most of you watch Toy Story 4, but watch his other iconic movies like John Wick or Matrix. And Speed. Speed's very important because, you know, Speed's been referenced in the Sonic movies.
Say this for those that will watch the movie. Stick around after the credits. You'll find a little surprise.
2 post-credit scenes to be exact, but beware of spoilers online, people.
For things to come.
We could get spoilers by the next week, so good luck for y'all out there just to avoid spoilers.
Keanu Reeves, Jeff Fowler, thank you so much. We appreciate
the
time. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 will premiere in theaters next Friday, December.
But I will see you next Thursday. So that being said, that was a great interview with Keanu and Jeff Fowler. That being said, guys, that's not all for the interviews. We got to talk about Ben Schwartz, a.k.a. the Blue Blur and the Donut Lord. And people don't know that I'm live streaming because they're idiots. Hey, we got Ben Schwartz and James Marsden back at it again since the first movie.
100 people here, and they just went bananas. That was...
I'm just saying, bro. Ben and James. I think James is like, what, almost 50, and Ben is like 42 years old. They don't look anything like their age at all. Ben, James, tell me your secret of how you still look good as you're getting older.
Fantastic, thank you.
Well, welcome both of you. Big week, obviously. James, it was the premiere last night. How was it?
Yeah, it was great. It was great. I mean, we shot the...
Bro, this shot right here of Colleen O'Shaughnessy, Sexy Tika Sumter, James Marsden, Jim Carrey, Ben Schwartz, Jeff Fowler, Keanu Reeves, Idris Elba, Kristen Ritter, and Lee Mashdub. This is my Avengers cast right here because I never would have imagined to see all of these actors that I grew up watching, whether it's live action or voice acting, they're all in the same franchise together. But not only just that, in a Sonic the Hedgehog movie franchise. If you would have told me, oh yeah, Daniel, in the future, Jim Carrey's Eggman, Idris Elba's Knuckles, Keanu Reeves' Shadow, I would be laughing at you and calling you a liar. But no, this is real, bro. I've been seeing these card premiere videos, which we will see more of them. But for now, this is my Avengers cast, bro. Like, I love these actors so much, and I'm so glad that they're all meeting each other in person because, you know, Jim, James, Tika, Chris, and Lee does the live action stuff while Ben, Colleen, Idris, Keanu does the voice work, and they usually do them by themselves, but still, I love this cast, man. Hopefully we get to see more of that in the U.S. press tour premiere.
Movie here last year, so it was nice coming back to London. hundreds of people in the street. It was really like old school Hollywood, big time. Oh yeah, were you there?
I wasn't
weren't there.
I just go in a booth afterwards.
Yeah, that's right. He mails it in. But no, it was really exciting. You felt the enthusiasm and the passion of the fans. Yeah, it's cool.
Well, kids are really excited because this is the third installment.
Yeah.
You're playing Tom, Sonic's buddy, and there's a new hedgehog in town whose trouble apparently ...
Oh, dot.
Reference to Knuckles?
Yeah.
Shadow is coming, and Keanu Reeves, maybe you remember him from Parenthood.
What an obscure reference, Ben Schwartz.
Movie as well, and he's amazing. He plays this dark character called Shadow, which is kind of like if the light is in Sonic, then Shadow is bringing the darkness and the revenge story. And so it's incredibly fun. So we have Jim Carrey and Keanu Reeves and Idris Elba and James Marsden all in the same film.
What a cast!
It is a brilliant cast, isn't it?
But I mean, a bit of a weird one because obviously Keanu, famously one of the nicest men in Hollywood.
So nice.
What's it like having him as your nemesis?
Very Canadian. Canadian nemesis.
To be fair, Ben, you do face a Canadian nemesis in all three movies, and that's Jim Carrey and then Keanu Reeves, and then Idris Elba happens to be British, so that's a difference.
It's incredible. He is the nicest guy. It's so funny to...
Yeah, true. Very, very true.
To meet him and just be like, oh, I've seen you fall down a series of stairs in a John Wick film, and you're like so kind and nice and loving. It's kind of a dream come true. We're getting all the #1 choices we want for all these roles, and James and I have kind of been there for the origination of the series, so it's been a blast to watch it keep growing and growing.
Yeah, nice. So the film is half animation, half sort of live action, James. And
Look at these faces and take a guess which person is live action and take a guess which person is animated.
Ben is still keeping up with his improv comedy, but hey, that's the charm of Ben Schwartz right there.
Don't know.
Thank you. That's very kind of you. Only at the one show.
So James, how do you play opposite Sonic? There'll be lots of young viewers out there, and they'll be
clearly a tennis ball, a stuffed dummy, or whatever's on screen. Hi for Peru. I mean, Brazil has really good amount of Sonic fans, so welcome to the chat, Kenzie Zapata. I thought I was gonna say Zapato.
Fascinated to know.
Yeah, great question. Well, the first film was it was really just you and I.
That's
true.
Mean,
you were back in.
Yeah, it was just James, Ben, Jim, and Tika. That's about it.
Back in LA doing the voices, but it was a piece of tape, or it was a tennis ball at the end
Yep.
of the stick.
Called it.
Representing Sonic.
Called
and
it.
It was a guy like moving the thing around.
But unfortunately, it was the old design of Sonic on set back then.
And you would have to track him. Now with the success of the first two movies and the budget slowly increasing,
there you go.
We have these brilliant puppets, the beautiful puppets and puppets.
I forgot the Knuckles series has puppets. Chad, I literally almost forgot about that. We literally got puppets in the Knuckles series, and then we literally got Sesame Street looking puppets on set for Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, which is hilarious.
Like doing the voices, so we can actually look at the characters.
Oh,
We don't get Ben Schwartz's voice, not just yet.
And it's kind of
because clearly they do the live action stuff first, and then they get the voice actors to voice record the lines.
said that a tennis ball could take my job, right?
I mean, I think
like,
we've all got to
bro,
think about that.
I bet Ben is jealous over a tennis ball taking over his job.
We've all got to think about that. Yeah, you're right.
But the thing is, Ben, your challenge is obviously you've got to bring this character to life using only your voice. So it's kind of the opposite. How do you do that? How does that work for you?
Well, I first started off to get my inflections and how I'm presenting myself. I had to they put dots on my face and they put a camera right.
That's exactly what they did with Ryan Reynolds. Exacto, mi amigo. Muchas gracias.
Here and everything that I did in my face they'd capture, and then as the movies have progressed, the camera gets farther away and the dots get fewer and fewer. So now it's just that. But the whole idea of a voiceover artist, which I've been doing for a long time, is
from Randy Cunningham to Dewey Duck and DuckTales, Leonardo in Rise of TMNT, and so many other voiceover roles. He even did the voice, he provides the voice for BB-8 for Star Wars. So. That's insane.
To try to give your entire performance just in voice so the animators can then take your energy and take what you're doing and then animate it. So it's a really collaborative medium, which is something I love about animation and then this hybrid thing. So it's been amazing. I get to be a hedgehog. How many people get to do that?
Not many.
Yeah, for like 3 movies. And correct me if I'm wrong. I know Ben Schwartz has starred in movies and TVs, but this is arguably his biggest movie role, but obviously his biggest movie franchise as of right now. So that's good to know. So. Good for Ben Schwartz.
Oh, thank you.
No. Now, Sonic and Tom's relationship, is it similar to yours?
I hate you.
I mean, that's going to be weird because Sonic and Tom is like a father and son dynamic, and Ben and James, their age gap is not so different. Because, like, offset, I can tell they're like, hey, we're bros, we're buddies, so, I don't know. That'll be weird.
Me too. I hate him. I don't in the movie they care each other, but like
they love each other.
And I just don't want you around me.
They put like hate spam messages to their DMs every night.
Strangle.
Yeah, we don't like eat.
But we'll put it on. We'll
different, but it's
they want to cancel each other on social media.
We really turn it up that we like each other. The second the camera goes, I am gone.
And then leave on set.
To his booth.
James mentioned that you shot here in the UK. A lot of the film was shot here in the UK, but you
which is surprising.
Actually come here quite a lot.
Especially during the actor strike back in 2023. Anybody remember that?
To do comedy shows.
Oh, I can't believe we're talking about this. So I do.
Please come to Florida, Ben.
Improv comedy.
I love you.
I've been lucky enough that it's gotten popular enough that I get to play venues across the world. I played Hammersmith Apollo 2 years ago, and then I sold out Royal Albert Hall, which was like on my wish list. It's called Ben Schwartz and Friends. So anytime
he puts his voice in an anime. I don't remember which one it was, but I'm just specifically talking about cartoons.
I get to come here and perform comedy because for me, so many of the shows and movies that I like and actors came from here, and so the idea that I get to play to that audience that has that height of intelligence of comedy, it's like a dream come true. I was very kind of you to talk about this show. That's very nice.
Very nice. See, this is why I hate him too, because he had to throw in the sold out.
Oh yeah,
I
had
sold
to throw
that in there.
But the Royal Albert Hall.
But the Royal Albert Hall, the tiny little
Come
venue.
on, so
Come
cool.
on.
They show you
It's
where
very
the royal
intimate there, isn't it?
family would sit, and then they didn't show up for the show.
Maybe next time.
I think next time.
I mean,
pretty sure
literally-
next time they'll be there.
It's good to have a goal.
I mean, literally, there's like one clip where Sonic literally stole the crown from the Queen. There's no Easter Bunny. There's no, I don't know, Santa Claus. There's no Queen of England, something like that. Oh yeah. I know we're gonna talk about some interviews, but I can't believe they actually bring back Ugly Sonic in form of a Christmas sweater. So, here we
Our
go.
world was never the same when Ugly Sonic cursed it.
Just imagine a timeline where this movie did not do the redesign, keep the Ugly Sonic design, and the entire Sonic franchise will be hated. It will be such a butt of a joke, and it will never get a successful cinematic franchise if they would have kept this design.
5 years later, things have changed. And Paramount brought him back.
It's so funny how Paramount decided to be like, yeah, let's just make a Christmas sweater out of
Sonic
it.
the Hedgehog's original movie design.
Okay, so if he got his multiple voice to an anime, that would be epic. Who knows? Maybe he will, maybe he won't. We'll see.
Is a tale about how powerful the internet has become, that they can...
Yeah, thanks to an online backlash of angry nerds by saying, we don't like this, and then directors like, all right, let's give the people what they want. So lesson learned in Hollywood, guys. Never go war against your audience, or else your audience will turn against you.
bully an entire studio into changing a movie to please them. It was beautiful. Over the years, Ugly Sonic
One of
grew
the
a
rarest
cult
move that
following,
Hollywood has
spawning
ever done.
countless memes, and even appearing in Chip and Dale.
Canon.
Sonic's thing.
You got a Snoopy ear.
Sonic goes.
Oh, baby. For the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers movie.
Meanwhile, Paramount deleted the original trailer and acted like this design never existed.
Even Ben Schwartz made a jump by saying the trailer we shall not speak of.
Until now. You see, the Sonic Movie 3 isn't its
We
last
just watched that
hurrah
earlier.
for marketing. To celebrate the movie's release during the holiday season, the studio is holding a 12...
Spoiler chat, I actually sent my email to this giveaway, so who knows, maybe I will, maybe I won't. Which, to be fair, they've done this when the first Sonic movie came out with this gift giveaway, so who knows, maybe I might be a winner, maybe not, who knows. I got a lot of Sonic 3 merch, so I can't complain.
12 hours of Sonic giveaway. You got a bunch of fun Sonic themes.
At second thought, when I saw that soda drink, I literally thought it was like a G Fuel brand, but turns out it's not. I've never heard of this brand before.
Stuff like shoes.
Hey, cheat codes.
Drinks, games.
I actually want to get that Sega Cartridge one, even though I don't have a Sega Genesis.
And a whole lot more for any fans of the Blue
A
Blood.
VR?
And while most of these prizes are cool.
Whoa. Okay, remove the emoji. Oh, okay, so the Regal merch from the plushies, the popcorn bucket, the Lego sets, and the candy canes. Wait, why is it chili dog flavor? That's weird.
While most of these prizes are cool, there's one ultimate standout.
No, copyright.
Oh my god.
Yup, it's real.
Ugly Christmas sweater, very fittingly.
Stupid teeth got stuck in my mouth.
He proudly displays his human teeth. An awkward post from the
meow.
original trailer brought to life with rings, and his exercise routine decorating the borders. Fans love it. It's the end of a comeback story for Ugly Sonic, who went through a very surprising redemption arc. It's like seeing an old friend from an alternate universe. While this is great promotion for the Sonic movie 3, I'm just surprised that they're not mass marketing this thing. Seriously, put it on store shelves, sell it to everyone. They would make bank.
It
Anyway,
would. It would go well on Etsy as well.
Are you gonna watch the Sonic movie 3? Let's
Of
talk
course
in the
I am.
comments.
That's the whole reason why I made this stream in the first place. So, either way, we decided to pause that for a Ugly Sonic advertisement, but it's kind of funny that Paramount actually acknowledged it. So, that being said, we got some more interviews to see, which I did not see this one with Colleen O'Shaughnessy, which, yeah, good for her to to come back with Tails. By the way, nice joke of Shadow going to Aldi. Why? Because I am at Aldi. I am. Let's get to the Colleen interview.
Congratulations on this wonderful film. How much fun is it to...
Once again, absolute W for Paramount for letting a voice actress who's been voicing Tails for now 10 years in the franchise and still gets to voice Tails in 2 big blockbuster movies. Good for Colleen, man. Hollywood should take notes for this, aside from the Mario movie with bring back Charles Martinet for that Mario movie.
come back, and again with Jim and with Keanu.
So much fun. It's, you know, I've been so lucky. I've been voicing Tails for 10 years, and to bring him to the big screen and have all of this behind it is just, it's phenomenal. It's dreams coming true all over the place.
And Jim was obviously a legend. But what's it like? What was it like the first time you heard Keanu's lines?
Amazing. Like, I mean, he couldn't be more perfect for Shadow. He's got that dark,
Agreed.
You know, mysterious, a little bit scary thing going. It's pretty perfect.
And from a story point of view, this film works at so many different levels. It's an epic tale in itself, but there's also strong tales of a strong story of family and friends as well. What's it like as an actor opening that up and seeing that on the page?
Oh, it's such a beautiful thing. It's so nice to see. Like they come together as a team, and they, you know, do all their action and adventure. But then there's those beautiful moments of love and family, and it's really wonderful to see. Yeah.
Without spoilers, the final act of this film is incredible. What was that like to be in that process and then finally see that come onto the screen?
Unbelievable. Like they're so good at knowing this franchise, and they're so clever at how they pull it off. I cannot wait for fans to see it because they're going to absolutely love it.
And just quickly, what is going to be your favourite moment that you take away from the whole process of making this film?
That they got to do it.
The fact that they still got you and not replace you with someone like Tom Holland.
No, it's such a gift for me.
We sure do love you, Colleen. And the fact that you share the same birthday as Ben Schwartz, crazy that the voice of Sonic and Tails in the movies literally share a birthday together.
Actors get replaced, you know, and I got to be on this epic scale, and it's a gift every single day. I'm so happy and so lucky, and I absolutely love it.
Awesome. Well, congratulations and thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching.
Well,
Hey, you guys!
literally, I thought they were going to ask Colleen a question like, hey, who do you expect for Sonic 4? Like, I remember back at Sonic 2, she literally wanted to ask to see, like, Amy Rose to appear in the franchise, but clearly not in this movie, but made for Sonic 4. But that being said, it's pretty cool that a voice actress like her gets to, like, you know, voice act with Hollywood actors like Jim Carrey, Idris Elba, Keanu Reeves for 2 movies. So I'm pretty sure they're going to stick with Colleen for, like, as many Sonic movies as they did. So the producers and Jeff Fowler made the right choice of having a previous voice actors that voiced character before in the big movies. Good job. So now let's get to Idris, since I'm surprised it's like 1 minute short.
What's it like channeling the physicality you're known for and putting it through a microphone to become a character like this, alongside all the voices you've got playing in your head as well?
Yeah, it's work, and you've really got to try and give as much from your voice without worrying about your face, which actually is quite liberating. So you just get to go make as many silly faces as you can while you put your voice through it.
Anyway, hope the mask returns with Jim Carrey. We've already discussed about that. I honestly doubt we will get Cindy Robinson to reprise the role as Amy, which, don't get me wrong, she's good for voicing Amy Rose, but let's be honest, guys. If you want to give Amy Rose, like, a big, massive role, you kind of need, like, star power. Like, look, Idris Elba sells tickets. Keanu Reeves sell tickets. The reason why Colleen stayed as Tails, because Colleen voiced Tails in that mid-credit scene in Sonic 1. Fans were like, oh my gosh, Colleen is Tails in the Sonic movie. And then we got concerned by saying, is Colleen going to get recast for Sonic 2? So at least Colleen has a pre-existing stuff for that. If Metal Sonic shows up, it speaks, it should be Roger Craig Smith. Oh yeah, I think there was one rumor that some Sonic voice actors like Jalil White, Ryan Drummond, Jason Griffin, Roger Craig Smith said they would love to do cameos in a future Sonic movie. They almost did for Sonic 3, but then it would not make any sense for this movie because this is mostly a shadow story, so they don't want to distract that away. But I think if they do that for Sonic 4, and hey, Metal Sonic's story and Sonic CD has time travel, so maybe we could get a cameo with Roger or Ryan or Jalil or Jason. I think that would be pretty cool. But I would like to see that in a future Sonic movie.
And also Keanu, we love Keanu. What's it like for you when you first hear his voice come through the headphones and hear his line?
I was like, what? How comes he sound so cool? I sound like a marching soldier, and he sounds really cool. No,
yeah, because, you know, Keanu Reeves is a badass. So. Hey, you a badass too, Idris. So, yeah, what do you know? We just went from Tails to Knuckles and now Sonic himself. Let's just get to Ben Schwartz right here, right now.
Disney Plus,
no.
Hulu and Max.
This is so cool.
I've already got the streaming services. Skip before I get copyrighted.
Hey, what's up?
Congratulations on this fantastic film.
Thank you very much.
What's it like for you being back?
I feel like Paramount's a little scared of the fan base because the second that fans start complaining immediately, the ugly design missing on the poster for the second movie. I remember that. I remember saying, why did put Khalid O'Shaughnessy's like name on the poster? Which, yeah, at least they did that for Sonic 3. And y'all, okay guys, chat, pause. There's literally 2 cosplayers of Sonic and Shadow in these onesie jackets in the card premiere. Because, you know, the UK has a lot of Sonic fans, so that's pretty ironic. Okay, hold on. I'm very proud that Colleen reprised her character for Hollywood movies, not coming to voice actors, given the opportunity. So, yeah, I feel like the Sonic movies in particular did the right decision of giving like voice actors like respect and the talent and the recognition that they deserve on the big screen, including in the marketing. So good job for them. But seriously, a Sonic and Shadow onesie cosplayer jumpsuits behind Ben Schwartz. Hilarious.
For this, but also with Jim.
Oh, that's the bridge YouTuber Joe something. Yeah, that's the bruv right there.
And now Keanu,
I saw his review in Sonic 3.
It's got to be just great.
It's so surreal. It's so incredible. The fact
he's so next to Ben Schwartz, bro. Are they not noticing that?
Like, these enormous movie stars are part of our franchise now. It's
seriously, they're just in the blocking scene. Like, I really want to, like, I want to pay attention to what Ben is talking, but yo, they're just literally in the background photobombing.
I'm over the moon. I could do this forever.
I mean, Ben Schwartz literally said he would love to voice Sonic for the rest of his life. I mean, if y'all show up for the movies and TV shows, he'll still voice Sonic for as long as he can.
And some of the scenes in this film are absolutely epic, and I might talk about the final act in a minute. But also, there's a very strong thread of family.
A lot of people, including the dude behind Ben, literally says like the last 40 minutes is like not just only like a Sonic's wet dream, but an emotional roller coaster for Sonic fans. So, like I said, y'all, bring the tissues when that final act drops in.
And friends as family as well.
Family.
As an actor, what's it like to open up a screenplay and see those strong themes running through?
Oh, it's heaven.
Bro, they're literally trying to take pictures of Ben Schwartz right there. The dude in the shadow suit. Yo, I thought they were going to get kicked out. I thought they were going to get kicked out by saying, get out of here. You're blocking Ben Schwartz's space. Get out.
He makes mistakes. He learns when he has to be a leader. He learns.
I would be mad if Ben voiced Sonic in the games. I don't think he's going to replace Roger, but I think they could have done something like, I feel like Frontiers could have done similar, like they bring Keanu Reeves to voice Shadow for a movie Shadow DLC. They probably should do like a DLC where Ben Schwartz gets to voice movie Sonic in a DLC pack for a future Sonic game, which that would be pretty sick.
To accept help, which I think is a hard thing for some people to do. So I think it's really
like me.
Fun to see those themes through.
And also, in the let's talk about the final act. The final act is incredible.
Y'all, I'm so glad that you're not spoiling the final act, but look, the first 2 movies knows how to make a peak final act, especially if it's adapted from the Sonic franchise. And now you're saying like, oh, the final act is like the best part of the movie. Yo, y'all ain't ready for this, but your kids are gonna love it.
We get some amazing scenes. How much fun was that? Firstly to do, but then to see
Yeah, I literally just saw that. Some two dudes dressed as Sonic and Shadow.
in the final product.
The coolest thing about these movies, good to see you again. The coolest thing to see about these movies is I do it when it's like, you know, animatic, and then when it's rough viz and stuff like that. When I go see the movie, like tonight when we played in the movie theater, will be some of the first times all of us ever seen it like totally CG'd, totally. It is the most exciting thing in the universe because it starts with just me in a booth with nobody, you know what I mean? And then it comes out to this huge, beautiful, like, huge action pieces, and you're hearing Keanu's voice, you're hearing all these things. It's just, it's amazing. I get
Just wait till you get like other characters and other great actors to voice. I don't know, aim yourself.
emotional when I watch it because I love movies so much.
How's there no Sonic ride or land at Universal Studios? I question that too, because if you're telling me that Sonic the Hedgehog has become more successful and a lot more, dare I say a lot more famous than Sonic is right now, thanks to the success of these movies, the only thing that we just got is like merchandise. Like, don't get me wrong, I know Mario and Nintendo's like a much more successful video game franchise and a much more bigger video game company, but it's like, yeah, how come we never got a Sonic theme park or ride somewhere Universal? Like, obviously Disney will not make sense because Sonic is not a Disney brand, but I don't know, if it's like Universal or something, that would be so cool, bro. Like, come on. Sega should already make like collaborations with like that already.
It's such a small thing when I record. I'm just me in a booth, and then just
I'm 98% sure that Keanu will be in my top 3 favorite voice actors with Ian Haley and Jason Griffin. Jason is like my #1 favorite Shadow voice actor since childhood, and the more that I'm listening to Keanu's voice, he is slowly but surely might be in my top 2 favorites. Like, I started to grow to appreciate Kirk Thornton's voice a lot more, especially after Shadow Generation, so I think Kirk is like somewhere in the level, because back then I wasn't really sold on Kirk's voice, but then in later games I'm like, yeah, probably maybe in Epic Universe they have to make a partnership with Sega and Nintendo for that. Mario Sonic at the Universal Epic Games.
see the bigness, the hugeness of what it is, and the fact that I even am a part of it. It's an incredible feeling.
It's a fantastic
I can imagine,
film.
bro.
You should be really proud of it. So congratulations.
You're the go, Ben. Okay, we've already seen Ben's. We see Idris. We see Colleen. Of course, is there one with Keanu or Jim or Lee? No, we are not going with Mufasa. Okay, from this guy, it's only just Lee Mashton. You know what? Let's just get to Lee. We haven't watched any interviews. Okay, I will say this. Hold on, there's an ad. I knew it.
Por daños en tu hogar o negocio. Let us claim te puede ayudar.
No me gusta. Okay, let's just get to Agent So himself. So, what I like about Lee Mashton, like, look, aside from him sharing chemistry with Jim Carrey, like, around that time, literally, I'm just thinking that, Lee Mashton, he's not only such a nice guy for what he seems to be, he seems to be, like, very devoted to, like, the fan base and the Sonic franchise, that even Lee Mashton went to, like, what, 3 conventions? He met one of my favorite YouTubers, 3C Films, which I've met 3C Films in person in a Sonic convention. Like, he went to 2 Sonic conventions literally this year. One in California called Sonic Revolution, and there's another one that's like Sonic Expo, something in Texas. And guess what? Agent Stone himself, Lee Mashton's there. If he ever comes to like a convention in Florida, I'm going to be like, bro, I would love to meet this guy, because first of all, he gets to work with Jim Carrey in 3 movies. If there's any actor that works closely with Jim Carrey, I'm like, oh, I gotta meet, because I'm going to be like, what was it like working with Jim Carrey? Hey, you want to recreate a Jim Carrey moment between you and me from the movies? That's what I would do if I ever meet Lee Mashton in person. But either way, kudos to the goat milk herself, the trusty sycophant of Dr. Robotnik.
Jack is so lovely.
Oh, I just noticed in the background, that's Jeff Fowler's wife in the back.
He has such a great relationship with the prof.
Jeff's wife's in the back.
What is it about the relationship? Because he's got such a big heart.
Yeah, he got an action figure now. As a matter of fact, I actually want to get that minifigure. Like, even though I got my Eggman figures, I gotta get that Stone figure. Because, you know, ever since the first movie, Agent Stone has become a fan favorite character. Even though he does not exist in the Sonic universe, but now he's treated like he is one.
Oh.
Why the heck are you putting a freaking JoJo reference?
What is it that you love about Agent Black the most?
What I love about Agent Stone is just, I think he's so...
I'm surprised neither of Agent Stone's posters are in the background, because I know in his solo poster he's wearing like a purple Ready Player One video game Power Rangers looking suit. I don't know. Hopefully there's context for that suit for his standalone colorful poster.
Caring, he's great at his job. I think he really, really is committed to doing a good job and making sure that Robotnik's always looked after.
Like we said, a trusty
we get to
sycophant.
see what he's capable of in this one.
Hey, dare I say, Agent Stone's like the best assistant henchman rather than stupid dumb robots that doesn't follow his rules.
A little bit more.
And you have a very special moment with Jim in this one where you get to take the razor out to him.
Yeah, the fact that you cut his hair, bro.
You have to do that in real life.
Cut my hair next,
How
Lee.
much fun was that to do? Because that has to be just crazy
Just
in real
kidding.
life as well as on film.
Well, it was a blast. It was really cool for Jim to have so much faith.
Well, by the way, what's the bug in his back? I hope to see Ace Ventura. Yeah, hopefully someday, whether it's the Master or Ace Ventura 3. Starbucks should do a collab with Paramount with the Mean Bean Coffee Shop. No. You want to know what they should do? Japan should be making, what is it? A real-life Child Garden, but in real life. I was talking about... But why would you want JoJo to meet Shadow? How would that make any sense in the Space Colony arc? It should be Sonic the one to convince Shadow about not turning away from the dark side. So, I know people come up with that theory, but I'm like, I don't know how that's going to work, logically speaking, especially in the final act. So, don't get your hopes high up. I think it should be Sonic that could convince Shadow about the greater good than just a random girl that Shadow doesn't know. I get what you guys are saying, but I have to disagree with that theory. I'm sorry.
Faith in me to suggest it in the first place. Yeah, I mean, we made history getting his head shaved on camera.
Yeah, gosh.
Without any spoilers, the final act of this film is just immense. What's it been
Agreed.
like being part of this production? Because it's quite complex because you've got the real world environments and the virtual environments and the virtual characters. So what was it like being part of that?
I mean, it's really great.
Let's not forget, I mean, Stone literally had his interaction with Knuckles, but at the exact same time, he doesn't really interact with Sonic and Tails, so luckily Sonic 3 is giving like a refreshing take that, hey, Stone has interacted with all the characters, possibly Shadow as well, which is pretty obvious.
The third act is so huge, a lot at stake.
A lot of people said like it's straight out of an Avengers movie, so that would be pretty cool.
But I think ultimately to mix animation and real life, it just using your imagination.
I would like all the video game voice actors to go to the premiere in LA. I doubt it, but that would be pretty cool. But even though, like I said, I want to get my high so up. If they play Live and Learn, I will get up and jam the theater. Hopefully you don't get kicked out by it. Like, don't get me wrong. You don't want to be like the Five Nights at Freddy's fandom where they throw like a lot of junk all around. Like, don't get me wrong. I would be when they played it in the movie, but jumping out, you got to be respectful in the theater so then you won't get kicked out before the movie even ends.
Imagination.
We did see Agent Stone screaming along with Tails, who was screaming, yeah, because of, a shadow. Boo.
You know what I mean? I think it's going back to being a kid and committing to it.
And that's great because, like, I
love the Jim Carrey
maybe
silhouettes
30 years ago, and this is very much a film for kids of all ages.
Yeah.
So,
despite one review literally says like, oh, it's intended for an older audience as well. I mean, duh. Shadow is going to be more darker than the last two movies.
what is it? What's been your most favorite moment from this whole experience?
Oh, I've had so many. I mean, as an actor, it's a dream come true to be, part of a trilogy, if you can believe it.
Yeah, because to be fair, I mean, I know Lee Mashtube has done other stuff. Like, he's been a part of the last Assassin's Creed video game, and he was in a Pokemon parody. But yeah, I don't think there's like any other successful franchise that Lee Mashtube has been a part of, like, I guess outside of Assassin's Creed. So yeah, definitely Sonic the Hedgehog for sure.
To work on such a huge studio picture. And, I mean, to work with Jim Carrey, like...
For 3 movies? Bro, you're living the dream, man.
How did the production work?
I wish I was in your position.
Did you get to hear Keanu's
Not gonna
lines
lie.
for the first time?
I actually heard Keanu's lines for the first time, some of them while we were on set.
Yeah, that's very true. I was actually watching a YouTube short when Lee Mashtube was in a Sonic convention. Lee literally just says, like, behind the scenes, Jeff Fowler actually shows it, like playing a snippet of Keanu's voice as Shadow. Lee was like, yo, that's Shadow? And then boom, that's how he know the secret that Lee knew that Shadow was going to be voiced by Keanu Reeves. And I think he did say that John Wick and Speed are like one of his favorite Keanu Reeves movies, so that's cool.
I'd already started some of the recording, so I was walking past Jeff's laptop, heard a little bit, I was just like, oh, that sounds pretty damn cool.
That's how he knew.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching.
I think the last one from this British interviewer is the one from director Jeff Fowler. I mean, I know we've got plenty of interviews from Jeff himself, but there are plenty of more interviews. Oh, this one's a good comment. If Honest Reactions do a video about the Sonic 3 during the first premiere...
Goonies. See, I know
Hold on. Wait. Hold on, we'll pause video. Let me read the chat. If I's reactions do the video about Sonic the Hedgehog 3 during the film premiere, I believe so, because they uploaded a video with Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and that pretty much got viral. Sonic 3 will be the first movie I'll go without my parents or any adults. Hey, congratulations! Showing independency. And guess what? Same goes for me in Sonic 3. I mean, Sonic 3, I'm going to be in my Eggman cosplay suit. I do have my Agent Stone cosplayer. My cousin will be like Shadow because he's growing his hair like Keanu Reeves. And then my girl is going to be, well, not cosplaying, but I'm going to nickname her as my dead cousin Maria. So then we'll do Team Robotnik. That's just a vlog idea I thought of doing for Sonic 3. So, in other words, I'm going to be watching the movie with my friends literally next Thursday. And then when I go see the movie again, I'm going to be watching it with my dad throughout the holidays. I wish Puma would re-release the Sonic Pumas. Surprisingly, I'm surprised that Puma's not the ones that's making the Sonic shoes. And when I saw the new ones, I'm like, no shoes for Shadow? Bro, that would be such a huge investment if you make like Shadow-inspired shoes. But unfortunately, they did not. Anyway, let me read another one. We are the older audience. Yeah, clearly. Especially if you grew up in like the 2000s or 2010s at least.
Congratulations on this wonderful film. How is
Once
it
again, the
that
man
you
who
managed
saved
to
the
make
franchise.
An alien hedgehog feel so believable in a real world situation?
You know what? It's grounding him. And
I
stuff
thought
that
his
people
wife
can
was literally
relate to.
behind
I
him.
mean, you say a talking hedgehog from space with superpowers. I don't know what you're talking about.
Good to know, Zach Wevius Gavi. I
looking
cannot
for
pronounce your
friends,
username.
looking for family,
I'm just going to
looking
call
for
you Zach.
connection. Feels like an outsider.
Literally, a kid is wearing a Sonic X t-shirt. That's cool.
Suddenly, that's something that.
Who would be your fan cast for Amy Rose? Okay, this has been a huge fan favorite throughout the fandom. I would agree that Anna Kendrick is a great choice for, not just for her popular fan demand, but clearly her voice work in Trolls in that one DreamWorks movie. And she has done other voiceover roles, so Anna Kendrick will be a good one. Aside from Anna Kendrick, I think Kristen Bell will be a good choice. You know, the woman who voiced Anna from Frozen. She was in a TV show with Ben Schwartz herself, so that would be another casting choice I would consider. I know there's some other ones like Kimoko Glenn, who voiced Penny Parker in Spider-Verse. She has a good voice, but I just don't think she's as famous as Anna Kendrick. Like, when you're casting someone to voice an iconic Sonic character, like, of course you need to find an actor that would match the voice of the character, but at the exact same time, you need an actor that would sell for the non-Sonic fans, the casuals, to sit down. Like, for instance, my dad is not a huge Sonic fan, but he loves Keanu Reeves, so he'll sit down by saying, oh, Keanu Reeves in this movie, Idris, Elba, Jim Carrey, I'm watching this with my son. So that's what I'm saying, like, you need a balance with the casting. Like, find an actor that would match the voice for the respective Sonic character, but have that star power that would please the non-Sonic fans, the casuals, your parents, to go see it.
That I think a lot of people can relate to.
I agree. Anna Kendrick is familiar with Poppy. You can call me Zach. Yeah, I'd rather call you that because I could not pronounce your username, bro.
And a lot of kids can relate to. Parents can see in their children, and like just really wanted to ground this in relatable stuff.
Ooh,
so
Jim Carrey? Wait,
around
what?
the world can just really connect with
Oh,
the
never
characters,
mind.
be rooting for the characters, and just let us keep making these movies for them, which we love.
Agreed.
And Jim always gets better as we go along. And in this one, obviously Eggman's twice the man that he was in the previous film.
My cousin says Ariana Grande. Bruh. I mean, I know she can act, and I think that'll be fine, but bro, she's already famous because of Wicked. I mean, to be fair, and Ariana Grande is a huge Jim Carrey fan. She did work with Jim Carrey in the TV show Kidding, so, I don't know. I kind of prefer the Anna Kendrick and the Kristen Bell choices for my picks.
And then you got the grandfather as well.
I mean, Ariana Grande's not bad, but I don't know. That's kind of weird if you ask me. The girl from Victorious, voicing Amy Rose, Cat Valentine.
Better each time.
He's just the best. I mean, I still can't believe I've made 3 movies with.
First of all, thank you for bringing Jim Carrey out of his retirement. So I gotta thank you. So as long as you and the crew keep on cooking up ideas for Jim Carrey, which you gotta do a Metal Sonic storyline with Jim Carrey's Eggman. Because don't get me wrong, I'm happy for what they've done for Jim Carrey's Eggman, for what makes Eggman Eggman, but you're missing the Metal Sonic storyline. And how can you do Metal Sonic without Eggman? So you got to do it with Jim Carrey.
An icon like Jim Carrey, and no, it's something I never take for granted. I get out of bed in the morning and
Call him,
it's always a pinch
text
me
him.
moment. Like, oh my God, I'm gonna go to set and I'm gonna work with Jim Carrey. And for him to have done what he's done in this movie and worked
Just to do 2
twice as
roles,
hard,
bro.
create 2 characters, create a whole new robotic.
I honestly think Ariana Grande would be a good Princess Peach. Too late. Anya Taylor-Joy's a much better choice, and she got cast for Peach.
Character in Gerald, it's just extraordinary. And
Maybe for
very
Daisy
for it.
in the Mario movie.
And
Two.
maybe a year or so ago, I was standing on this spot interviewing Keanu for John Wick. How much direction did he need to take that all the
Which is pretty obvious that John Wick was the inspiration for Keanu's casting as Shadow.
physicality he's known for and directed through its voice?
To the Knuckles mascot!
Amazing.
The way it goes,
I feel like
Knuckles.
Really understood what
Bro.
we were going for. He was really excited about it.
Speaking of Jim Carrey, will be glad to get an adaptation of Sonic Frontiers with Ryan. Yeah, some fans have been speculating by saying, can they do the Sage storyline? I know Sage is a recent quote-unquote new character to the franchise, and I know it's another creation out of Eggman in the source material, but, I don't know if they're ever going to adapt Frontiers, but I think that would be cool. Like, I don't know, maybe Sonic 6 or something like that. That would be interesting.
He knew how much.
Even though I think it's too soon to introduce Sage in the movies, but if they do continue, maybe they do if they run out of ideas.
Fans really love the character, and he just works.
I just say just stick to the iconic ones like Amy Rose, Metal Sonic, Silver the Hedgehog. The list goes on.
Hard to get it right.
And without spoilers, the final act of this film is just fantastic.
Y'all keep saying the final act for every single cast crew member, bro.
How much fun was
I'm
that
glad you're not
together,
spoiling, but
amazing
bro,
Oh, I mean, the
chill.
To me, I mean, it really is that's what I love. I mean, I love working with these amazing actors and these amazing.
And not given the fact that you make like a blockbuster action film, incredible range in your career, Jeff.
True. I also love getting to do big visual effects. I mean, I spent 15 years.
If Rouge did appear in the franchise, what's your fan cast? Okay, chat. I believe the real reason why Paramount wasn't too confident of adding Rouge into the movies is mainly because of, baddie boobies. But all joking aside, yeah, I mean, hello, the Sonic Prime TV series literally find a way to cover up Rouge's hooters with a skin-tight zip suit, so it's not like Rouge is too sexualized. You could still make the character flirty, seductive, very feminine of how she is in the source material, but fantastic choices. I know I'm going to sound cliche, but Scarlett Johansson, I mean, come on. She voiced that before for Paramount, SpongeBob 1, Transformers 1. Scarlett Johansson is sexy in real life, dare I say. I think her voice for Rouge the Bat could easily suit the role. And I think, that'll be such an interesting way just to bring back an Avengers cast member with Idris Elba, Keanu Reeves, and all those actors. So, if I had to choose, definitely I think Scarlett Johansson will be my choice. Just saying.
Years in the visual effects industry, it's what I know, it's what I love, and having opportunities like this third Sonic movie to just go big and just create some really epic visuals to get to reward the fans.
The Lola Bunny of the Sonic franchise, right? I mean, y'all, whether if y'all become furries or not, obviously our boners were sticking up when we saw Lola Bunny Space Jam and Rouge the Bat. No different from the Sonic franchise. Or another comparison, she's the Jessica Rabbit of the Sonic franchise, or like Black Widow. That's why I consider her Scarlett Johansson, because just like Keanu and Shadow are no different, you could do the same. Rouge the Bat and Black Widow from the Marvel movies is no different for Scarlett Johansson if she ever gets cast for Rouge, but we'll see.
Of these characters is amazing.
Excellent. Well, congratulations and thanks so much for speaking to us.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, that'll be all from this YouTuber. There's a shorter video where it literally just solves the cast. Like, I know Hollywood often... Okay! I did not want to see that! Shut up. I do not want to see disgusting, nasty kids' butt talks.
Lounge experience with Chase Sapphire Reserve.
Alright, is it over? Good. Okay, I know every Hollywood premiere often has to do this, but, this is literally giving me vibes of a Marvel event. Like, literally, you're having all the actors on barks. And yeah, it literally says here, you're not allowed to put your full-length review until, December 18th. I mean, luckily for me, I will see the movie on December 19th around 8-10 p.m. And there's the plan. So aside from the cosplay as Eggman, I do plan to upload my non-spoiler review, probably, maybe December 21st, December 22nd, because, I got a lot of editing to do for the non-spoiler review. And maybe after Christmas, I'll post a spoiler review, because that'll be 1 week after Sonic 3 releases, and a lot of people should already see the movie around that time. And then I'll post the spoilers review, and then I'll make one more live stream by the end of the year as we go full-on spoiler discussion in a live stream like this. And then for January 2025, my first video will be Sonic Movie 4 predictions, but also predictions for the rest of the Sonic Cinematic Universe, because clearly you're not just getting sequels, you're getting spin-offs, since they're talking about it. Knuckles Season 2, Shadow movie, and Silver the Hedgehog, more to come. Before was Kristen Ritter fan cast Rouge. A lot of people, including myself, which I'll admit, I was no different from everyone else, I thought she was going to voice Rouge just because I think the voice would have fit, but I did expect in one way that Kristen Ritter was going to play a human character because, you know, her television fame and Breaking Bad and Marvel's Jessica Jones. So I'm like, yeah, I wasn't too surprised that she was like a human character. But what did surprise me is she's a huge fan of Jim Carrey. And I gotta say, goth queens like her, she knows her good taste in silly, funny men. Anyway, I like the stop motion Christmas special than most other Christmas specials. Good for you. I mean, like I said, I've already reacted to it like literally at the beginning of the stream. So if you want to look back, it's literally in the beginning of the stream. But that being said, this is my Avengers cast, the cast and crew of Sonic the Hedgehog 3 at the UK London premiere. I know they're going to do the US one by next week, but you know what? I'm going to be very busy, guys. I'm going to be busy in my cosplay video. I got to do some voice acting. Hey, Gabriel. Pfft. Bro, Gabriel's not in this chat. It's just me. It's Daniel.
Let's bring ahead Director Jeff Fowler.
Yeah, Jeff. Okay, I saw one reviewer said Idris Elba actually joined the audience. Like, the funniest thing is, I think I'll look up that video next after this, that someone said all the cast left, but Idris Elba's like, no, I'm watching the movie with y'all. It's like, yo, Idris is a real one for that. I love that, man, bro. Hey, yo, the producers. The guy who produced Fast and Furious. Hey, Tails. Stone. Hey, Kristen Ritter. Yeah, someone. Hey, we got Jessica Jones fan in the chat. Sorry if I'm thirsty, but damn, Tika Sumter looks so hot. Yes, Queen. Yes, James Marsden. I see Keanu, Idris, Ben, hold on. Alrighty then. Man, we got Jim Carrey next to Ben, Idris, Keanu's like, this is my Avengers cast right here. Okay, I just want to see Jim just doing like his Jim Carrey stick.
Well, thank you so much for all being
He's doing like a sneaky Scrooge type of move. Even the camera person's going close to Jim.
You all, it is absolutely spectacular to be here. This movie was made in
I like the contrast that Kristen and Tika, like Tika's all silver while Kristen's all black because, you know, goth, and then you got the traditional feminine woman like that.
We're so excited
My taste in women right there.
for you guys to be here, seeing it tonight. We're so proud of it. Just very quickly, 2018, I was a first-time filmmaker. Never had been on a set
Right, because they did film that movie with the old design back in 2018.
before on Sonic 1. And this group of people, this cast, welcomed me with open arms. They were so kind.
I like the fact that Keanu's wearing like one of those like tinfoil boots and then everyone else has like snake cowboy looking ones.
They were so generous. They were so...
Hey Daniel, are you excited for Toy Story 5, which people hate Toy Story 4? I'm interested in it. I mean, we don't really need it, but the toys versus technology idea is something that I would be intrigued to be like close and be glued to, but and the Buzz Sweep clones taking over, which we kind of predict that Wayne Daffy Duck, but I'll give it a chance because it's Toy Story and I love it, but I won't say I'm excited. I will say that I'm at least interested in it.
patient with me. Probably
Love the true canon of the Mask. You mean the comic books? Mixed bag. Like, I do like the world, I do like the vibes, but I will say that violence is a bit too over the top, and that's like by comic book standards, but I'm just being biased. I prefer the original movie over than the comics, but that's just personally me.
watching me make mistakes day in and day out, but they believed in what we were doing. We wanted to make movies.
So then Jim is just like making faces.
That were for kids, that were for adults.
Do you see the trailer for the new Looney Tunes movie? Yes, indeed, I have. It definitely looks pretty good. I doubt it would be a box office, success, but I definitely believe that it will be loved by animation fans and Looney Tunes fans.
Obviously, for all the Sonic fans around the world.
I gotta question Keanu's outfit. No, Idris, like with the huge trench coat. I like that they're all wearing gray while Lee's the one that's kind of wearing purple.
Amazing cast that just continues to grow in such extraordinary ways. I cannot feel more blessed, and I'm so excited to share this moment with you tonight.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Woo, 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 woo! To what did Jim say? Wait, what did he say? What did he said? That's what I was gonna say! Never change, Jim. Never change. Okay, I think this was the moment where Idris Elba actually went with the audience. Like, he actually sat down and watched the movie with them rather than just leaving, like, the rest of the cast. I like that Jim is the last person to, like, step in, and then he's the first one to leave. Wait. Oh, man, did he just... I was like, where did Idris go? Oh, yeah, I see it. Idris... Oh, see? Idris is watching the movie with them. Everyone's like, all right, enjoy the movie, guys. And Idris is like, no, I'm watching it with everyone. I'm so glad Jim is back, man. I just really love this cast and crew. Anyway.
That wedding happens.
Yeah, I wet myself. So that being said, hold up. Bro, what is happening? Okay, pause. I'm just checking, like, how long has the stream been going for, like, 2.5 hours. I know the Game Awards show is literally happening in the next couple of hours for as long as I can remember. Oh, what's this? Oh, what? The Jim Carrey's joke about money?
We may actually see Jim Carrey's Robotnik again after Sonic 3. This comes
yeah, I saw that.
Jim is known to not like doing sequels, and we've gotten really lucky with the Sonic franchise to get 3 appearances out of him so far. Anyways, in a recent interview, Jim said that he's not definite about his retirement after Sonic 3. Quote, because as soon as a good idea comes your way, or a group of people you really enjoy working with, things tend to change.
Of course.
Look, the reason we've been able to get so many appearances out of him is because every single one is something new and interesting. Like, for example, him playing 2 Robotniks this time around. Anyways, this is great. I'm gonna go climb up on the roof and scream again.
Yeah, so as long as they cook up, like, good ideas for Sonic 4, and like I said, the Metal Sonic storyline would be, you know, get to the Metal Sonic storyline for the next movie, that would be amazing. So either way, I just think that there's still a possibility that we can do. Do you know that Tom and Jerry's getting a new movie? Do you know that Tom and Jerry was originally... Well, I mean, at least it's going to be better than the other movie that happened back in 2021, hopefully. I mean, I'm not going to get, like, high hopes, but, you know, something like that. Okay, more interviews. This Ben Schwartz audition. I know this is during Sonic 2, but I honestly think this part's pretty funny. I mean, it would be funny if Ben would have worn this in, like, the Sonic outfit. Y'all got to see this.
Sorry?
This was during the Sonic 2 press tour. Bro, you could have just wore the shoes.
You seem real low. Crotch on these feel way too low. This I don't get, because Sonic would have all... Why not give him the thumb, then?
Yeah, that was the original Sonic design.
Yeah.
What's the signature characteristic of Sonic the Hedgehog?
He's going fast.
Yeah.
Literally.
I don't think Sonic has pockets in his skin.
Yeah, he does. He puts stitches on them.
For me. Ron.
Bro could have just put on shoes. I need a green screen background like that.
What do you say while you're running?
Gotta go fast.
Hey, he did the voice.
Wait, give a little wave when you're running. Yeah. Oh, here, you know, so you're in front of a green screen, as you might be able to tell. You're going to be in different environments. So
you're going to put this into the movie?
Maybe.
Woof.
Hey, Sonic's in the
That's gonna
desert.
be
He's
horrible.
running. Oh, yeah, you're still, yeah,
Hey, is Bro trying to spoil the movie?
I don't think you need this.
You could have just played the ice cap zone.
A Bitcoin?
Bitcoin. It's the new thing.
It's a ring, you idiot.
I know what Bitcoin is.
Yeah, I put all my money.
Coins is in the
You're gonna
Mario
have a good
world.
time, and then it's going to be a little weird. Wait, so I'm just running around Bitcoin?
DuckTales,
Hey,
woo!
currency!
Now I'm collecting
Right?
coins in the green hill, hogtails.
Universe.
Oh my goodness, that would be incredible.
I want to envision you as some other video game characters.
Yes.
Okay, I like this moment. This is where Ben Schwartz actually, like, do his best impression of other video game characters, because, you know, Ben Schwartz is a gamer, so that's what makes him cultured, aside from not watching SpongeBob.
In the house of Gucci, I don't know what's going on.
House of Gucci reference.
Princess Zelda, I'm coming right now.
Watch out! He happens to play a lot of Legend of Zelda games in his collection. Hey, another reference to another Sega character, Echo the Dolphin. When's the Echo the Dolphin movie happening?
Zumba skateboarding, bro.
You know what? A Sonic Tony Hawk collab. That should have happened like a decade ago. Psst. What do you know? He said Pika Pika before Idris Elba's knuckle says Pika Pika.
I saw someone just throw someone out of a car and drive around.
Sonic at GTA 6 when?
I mean, what are we doing with our lives? But first,
Doom.
Pretend there's
Are you going to be in the My Sims movie? Margot Robbie's doing it.
a refrigerator here.
Is Stanley Ipkiss better than Stanley Ipkiss? Yeah, Jim Carrey is a much better version of the character, which the comic book version is more violent.
That's one. Two.
Hey, nice catch, nice catch. Yo. Nice.
Do I have to roll?
You're fired.
What?
I like that he has hat hair. Oh yeah, I saw that Chris Pratt did the same thing with the Mario glove. Sonic collaborated with Transformers, I heard. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, both of their companies and their movies are made by Paramount, so it does make a lot of sense. By the way, chat, I know it's been almost 3 hours. I gotta go take a whiz. I'm pissing on the moon! I'll be right back. Alrighty then, I'm already done pissing on the moon, so that means Obama's not going to be happy when I split it in half with my super laser piss. But anyway, chat, anything else that we want to bring up? Do you want me to watch more interviews or probably talk about the Shadow Generations? Or do you think we should like call it up for the upcoming live stream and just like call it to its end, or just like any last minute questions? So we're just going to get straight to it. So what do you guys say? More interviews or probably something related to the Shadow Generations DLC or probably the Christmas giveaway? Or we probably just ended off like, I don't know, maybe like a song or something. I wanted to play that, but I don't want to get copyrighted for it. So I'm just going to stick with the OG Sonic song. So anyway, chat, what do you like to prefer? I mean, I know you guys are asking me a lot of random pop cultural questions, but what do you guys want me to do? Like, the stream is almost, I repeat, almost 3 hours long. Do you watch Spider... These questions, man. Of course I've watched these. I would be uncultured if I never watched the animated series of Spider-Man and Batman. Interviews. Okay, do you guys, like I said, do you guys want me to continue that? Do you guys want me to continue the Sonic 3 interviews press junket? Or do you want me to talk a little bit about the Shadows Generations DLC, which I know we're not going to get that anytime soon until, like, the Game Awards, which I'll admit, guys, I probably won't stick around for long for the Game Awards because I got some other things to do tonight. So trying to keep things on a tight schedule since I will be, because like I said, I will be seeing the movie literally next week. And of course, I'm going to be super busy on my Eggman cosplay throughout the week. I got some voiceover to do for this. I'm not kidding with you. Voice acting for this Sonic 3 stop motion video, which I am voicing Jim Carrey's Eggman in it. And, yeah, and of course I'm going to go see the movie next Thursday, and stay tuned for my cosplay video, but also my non-spoiler review when I go see the movie for the first time. And then a spoiler review like a week after the movie's release. So, that's the plan. So, yeah, Julia Bonavita just puts interviews. Anybody else in the chat, or in this case, is everyone really brain dead right now? But yeah, more interviews, stop the stream. What do y'all want me to do? I don't know, probably I will just take off my shirt and just mess with my hair, I guess. So if nobody's chatting, then I guess we'll move on with the interviews. You got, hold on, I'm going to look at my time scale. Chat, you only got 90 seconds left. I mean, if we do continue with interviews, there's literally one with Ben Schwartz, James Marsden, and Tika Sumpter all together. I think there's like a shorter version, so we don't have to watch like 20 minutes if you guys are not bored. There's like shorter ones with Keanu, Jim Carrey, a random shout-out Aldi ones. I never get tired of interviews. Neither do I. I'm just making sure you guys are not bored from what you're seeing, because I'm just trying to give y'all content, some good Sonic 3 content, and entertain some of y'all from the cast and crew from the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie. So, since nobody's talking and I don't want to waste any time, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to go with this Juliana user right here. Let's just get to the interview. So, as much as I would go with this one with the trio, let's just go with the shorter ones with the cast individually. So, I mean, let's just go with Keanu Reeves because his is shorter than Jim. So let's go with Keanu because, you know, Keanu's cool. I like the fact he's wearing a red scarf, kind of like in the one shadow art where he is wearing one.
What can the hedgehogs teach us about
Hey.
friendship and teamwork?
Yo, when I saw that for the first time on social media, I was jumping up by saying, yo, Idris and Keanu are interacting with each other. Their Cyberpunk reunion. We got Solomon Reed and Johnny Silverhead from Cyberpunk. But obviously, Knuckles and Shadow, and that's where they talk about their Shadow Knuckles and Shadow spinoff. Hey, I would sit down to see it. Move away, Whipple. Shadow will be a much better badass co-star with Knuckles, especially with Idris and Keanu.
A lot. I mean, I think that they...
Bro, why do you keep asking me the same questions about the mask, bro? Of course, I love the movie to death. Go watch my top 10 Jim Carrey movies video if you want to know all the answers.
There's a wonderful kind of aspect of...
I cannot hear you, Keanu.
Embracing others. Emotionally, being supportive.
It's so crazy that his beard is getting grayer.
Understanding.
I mean, I know, because bro just turned 60 this year.
Taking that in. Communication. So I think there's a lot of life skills in these Sonic pictures.
To Sonic pictures. I think there was a separate interview where Ham and Ben were literally talking about by saying like, oh yeah, I've been a fan of the first two movies. I like the production value. That's literally what Keanu said in a separate interview with Ham and Ben Schwartz.
You notice between Shadow and John Wick?
They're both dealing with grief.
I mean, John Wick lost his dog. That was a female dog named Daisy. Shadow lost Maria, so no different. They rode on motorcycles. They ride on guns. They're just both meant to be.
They both have have a bit of a revenge journey, and they both I don't know. Let's start there and end there.
He said he needs guns. Lots of guns. Alvin! Bro, are you just trying to make a joke about the freaking Jelly Roll song of putting Jelly Rolls running, just put Alvin? Because I know Sonic is like the big budget version of Alvin the Chipmunk, so why am I getting Amazon ads? It's Rewind Prime Time! Feel so bad for those people that are going to pee. Jim Carrey compares the Grinch with the Sonic villain. To be fair, every time I think of Jim Carrey's Eggman, he's like a hybrid of Ace Ventura but evil, the comedic baldness of the mask, the genius maniacal mayhem like the Riddler, but the hatred towards society like the Grinch, so that would be pretty awesome.
The hope of the future.
Yes, I was aware about those Looney Tunes spinoff where Mike Myers was Marvin the Martian. Those two actors were considered Speedy Gonzalez, but yeah, no clear reason, but either way. Kind of crazy that y'all are putting up Looney Tunes. Why? Is it because of my Woody and Daffy Duck background? I like that Ben is literally next to Jim. As always, for every Sonic movie press tour, Jim always has to stand next to the Sonic mascot. Every movie.
What have I been up to? Yeah. Oh my God.
There's James.
Investing in crypto mostly.
I was going to say, like, yeah, Jim, what are you doing in your spare time? NFTs? Paintings? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm making a coin.
Going to birthday parties to start crashing them?
My own. It's called Bittercoin. Yeah, it just loses and loses.
Typical UK haircut from that chick in the back.
I came back to this universe because, first of all, I get to play a genius.
And you need the money.
Which is a bit of a stretch. It's just, I bought a lot of stuff and I need the money, frankly.
Hey. I'm not complaining. It's like, hey, Jim Carrey, if you're going to get paid like $12 million, even if it's for the same role of playing Eggman Gerald, I wouldn't say no to that. I mean, look at me right now. I'm making Sonic content, not just because I'm excited. It helps me pay the bills. So I can relate to what Jim Carrey says to this. So, Jim, you and I are in the same boat of this, of why we come back for Sonic. Not just for the passion and enjoyment, for the money.
Yeah. Well, I hope I'm making
the stare that Ben has with Jim.
Choices all the way along, you know.
I can literally see Tika. I can literally see Tika from the distance over there. She's literally right there in the back.
There is a heart in it, you know, and it's I wanted to.
Send the mics.
I wanted to do what it's been doing.
Bro, what type of question does Jim Carrey really look like Eggman? Kid, how old are you? Are you like 5 or something? Go back to school.
A couple of films, which gives the family something to see together and something to bond the family together. It is the hope of the future.
I'm just trying to go with the answers, man. Man, just imagine now that we got like a movie Shadow mascot, y'all. If we get Amy Rose into the movies, just imagine a movie mascot of Amy Rose literally next to this colorful bunch.
Well, I mean, I do like to play the character filled with disdain. You know,
yeah,
here
like
and there.
Grinch.
Grinch was that.
I knew it.
And, but you know, there are other
Hate.
characters.
I know, right, Juliana? Like, what the hell? Hulk, whatever your username is, you're not Mark Ruffalo. You're not Edward Norton. Dude, if you're going to keep spamming my questions, I'm going to time you, bro. So I'm not trying to be rude, but, dude, your IQ is not as high as 300. You are Delulu Pro Max. Sorry if I won't like you to make you angry.
Truman Show.
Also, do you think the Mario movie sequels have the other kids like the Koopa kids? I don't think they're going to introduce the Koopalings that quick. Maybe Bowser Jr., but I think Bowser Jr. just for now. I think it's too soon for the Koopalings.
So is somebody who...
Because there's like 7 or 8 of them.
Loves the world and believes in the world and believes in the people in his life and believes in his neighbors, and he's just a good-hearted soul.
Yeah,
that finds
that's
out
why I love that
something
movie.
More in the world
In case I don't
than
see
what
you,
he
good
knows,
afternoon, good evening, good night.
Something beyond his own neighborhood. So
I'm so happy that the Truman Show always becomes free on YouTube. It's like, if you guys think Jim Carrey's just a funny man, no, watch the Truman Show. It shows his drama range as an actor. Alvin's voiced by Chris Pratt. Alvin. Bro, what is with you making Alvin the Chipmunks jokes? Is it because of the Sonic and Alvin comparison? Yeah, this fandom is so weird.
It's a lovely...
Love them or hate them.
Story, but you know, they're all different characters. They all have different desires, and,
True.
And, you have to...
Both good
do
and bad,
something
smart
special
and
with
dumb.
each one, hopefully.
Besides shaving your head, did you do anything else to get...
Just shaving his head.
Kind of plans?
The fact that he grew the hair back like in an instant when time goes back.
You know, I just let it rip, you know. When
I noticed that his voice... I get that Jim Carrey's... He's about to turn 63 in January. I noticed that his voice is getting older as you're listening to it.
When they say action.
Juliana, it's Julia. Sorry, I'm being too confused by too many Latinas in Brazil. I really love Latinas. Makes sense why Shadow's on your profile.
It's just a perfect excuse to be...
I like the fact that you also got the 3 OG stars from the first movie literally lined up there from Jim, James, and Ben.
An obstreperous, bloviating bag of
bloviating
ill will.
Like I said, the voice, the older he's getting, the higher his voice sounds.
You know, and then of course they say cut and... horrible politeness and you know, needing to be loved seeps back in. So it's just license to kill.
Hey, James Bond reference.
Okay. Nice to see you.
I like that Jim is like being nice and then some random woman decides to like have like a bottle of water. But yeah, that's for Jim Carrey. I know this YouTuber actually got like more interviewers.
I haven't been in that environment.
So we've seen Keanu's, we see Jim's. Is there anyone else I'm missing? Yeah, Idris, and then James, and then Lee about to kiss a smirk to Ben. What if Bill Farmer did Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck, but Jeff Berman and Eric Bauer still voicing the two characters? I mean, Bill Farmer did voice Bugs and Daffy in that Robot Chicken skit, so that was close enough, even though I heard the Goofy voice. I don't know. I'm kind of surprised that you're bringing up Looney Tunes stuff, even though this is a Sonic stream. Anyway, let's continue.
¿Necesitas hacer una
Hola,
reclamación
señorita.
por daños en tu hogar o negocio? Let Us Claim te puede ayudar.
Hmm.
No importa si te den...
Adios,
It's
bonita.
also a bit like living my own
Maybe
my dream a
Pascal.
little bit because I used to play the game back in the day. And
Kristen Ritter. I know that's Kristen Ritter next to Idris. You got 2 Marvel actors here. You got Hemdell from the Thor movies, and you got Jessica Jones
Sonic
from the
is
Marvel
so
universe.
iconic, and so suddenly I get to be in it.
The Weeknd.
Are we at a point now, obviously?
Is Jim Carrey the best version of Eggman? What do you think? Of course he is.
Like, people are coming onto your turf. Are you giving advice on what the international cast members should do when they come to London?
Because, bro, you're in the bloody UK.
Really? Do you know what I mean?
Let's
Because
picking
I'm
up some
finally
broth,
here
have some
in
croquettes,
London,
have some crickets.
and this-
Do you think the one TV spot that Shao punches a gun soldier? I'm curious. I was like, I couldn't tell if it's either Randall or Commander Walters. I doubt it's going to be Commander Walters because of the outfit. I think it could be Randall or a random gun agent. Who knows? We got to go see the movie ourselves, which we're not too far away from it.
This is the first
So the bro behind Idris by saying like, hey, what are you looking at?
time in a long time since I've had a
Long
Sonic.
time.
I mean,
Yeah, to be fair, I think Idris Elba's like the only like big British actor in the Sonic universe. But then the Knuckles series, you got plenty of British actors like Carrey'S and the British chick who played Agent Willoughby in that show.
premiere in London.
Because they filmed the Knuckles series and Sonic 3 in London. But except Sonic 3 really takes place in London.
So, hi, how are you?
I knew
How
it.
are you?
I knew Idris and Keanu were going to interact.
Oh yeah, good to see you. Wicked.
Yup, Marvel crossover, Hemdell and Jessica
Obviously,
Jones.
Third time in the third project, they'd be playing Knuckles right now. What keeps you coming back? You wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't fun, would you?
Yeah, it's fun. It's also a bit like living my own.
The Little Blue review did his voice of Sonic. Shouts decent, it's good, pretty accurate. Okay, cool to
I
know.
dream a little bit because I used to play the game back in the day, and Sonic is so iconic and so.
Let me guess, he played Sonic 3 and Knuckles. He did, Idris.
Suddenly I get to be in it, and then my son, who's
Muppets Most Wanted, not nominated for over 247 awards. I understood that reference. That was part of the Muppets Most Wanted Oscars campaign.
Getting used to Sonic, he gets to hear me in it. It's amazing. It's a good feeling.
What's the motivation? What kind of character or preparation do you do before you go into the recording booth?
I got to get my voice nice and warm. He's got a deep
Nice warm feeling, chocolate in my belly.
voice, and try to be funny. Sonic is funny.
Which is something that Idris is not known for, except for one episode of The Office about his power of women next to Michael Scott.
I mean, Knuckles is funny. I try and be funny.
Yeah, I'll try and not be as funny as Sonic too. It must be hard as well.
That's hard. Ben's really funny. He's really funny. I just got to play
This random Brit that's next to Idris.
the, straight guy. Not too funny, and then
Team Knuckles.
One of the breakout hits of the last, I guess, few years has been the Hijack series on Apple, and I understand.
Oh yeah, my dad actually watched that show.
I haven't wrapped yet, but yes, yeah, we're still working. It's good.
Because I think that's getting a second season.
Evening. Thanks so much.
Thanks so much, brother.
Appreciate it.
I thought he was gonna say bro, because that's like a slang for what British people would say, like, what's up, bro? I know the Game Awards show is like 1 hour 49 minutes, but I don't think I'm gonna be available for that because I got some other things to do, so I probably might watch it off stream. And besides, when the Game Awards series is like gonna be on, everyone's gonna be live streaming. Don't believe me? They always do that for every live stream from now on whenever a new Game Awards is out. But yeah, that's all from Idris. Let's go to James. I mean, I know it's not going to be too, oh my gosh, it's amazing, but he counts a part of the cast, and then I'll put Lee Masher trying to kiss Ben Schwartz. But let's get to James Marsden.
Hello, James. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you.
Yeah, of course.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Stop it. The lighting.
Hey, welcome to London.
Thank you.
Welcome to this big UK premiere.
I'm pretty sure he has been to London before.
UK of being in London?
Yeah, Cyclops from
I don't know
X-Men.
what it is about the city that every time I come here, I feel like I've been
In
here
the
before.
city,
And
I'm rolling to the stars in the sky, babe, I'm
this
home.
weather, it's like asking me why I don't have a coat. I love it. I love the cold. I love the city. Feels like it kind of like wraps you up in its arms. It's really cozy.
Yeah, a lot of people are so depressed in that country.
I don't know.
They never smile. They're in the wrong side of the road.
I think there is.
Imagine John Cena in a Sonic movie. Back then, I originally thought John Cena will be the one to voice Knuckles, but since John Cena and Idris Elba were in that Suicide Squad movie back in 2021, I thought John would get the role as Knuckles, but then it's Idris. I'm like, you know what? Even though I was more rooting for John Cena, but I'm so glad they got Idris Elba. Anime Bromy, we do not talk about that consecrator.
There is. Yeah.
Hey, we're on the third Sonic film now. Congratulations on that alone. But does it get easier? Is it second nature at this point to act opposite a character that isn't there actually in front of you?
Yeah. It's
Nailed it now.
almost too second nature. I go home talking to myself, thinking I'm talking to someone else. Yeah, it's fun. I mean, it was a challenge in the first movie because you want to make sure you get everything technically correct. But it's a skill that everyone's having to learn now.
Hold up,
There's
guys.
There's so many of these movies where there's a mix of live action and animated characters. That now we have these puppets that go on set.
Bro, you've been Enchanted, you've been in the Enchanted sequel, and you also been in Hawk, so of course you have your experience of talking with CGI animals.
A bit, but yeah, you just trust the filmmakers. You know that they're going to
Hey
end up
Roxy,
making
what's
it
up,
work.
girl?
We started out with an exciting gang of yourself.
Sorry, guys, my
Ben
dog's
and Jim, and then we added Idris in the second film. Now we've added Keanu as well.
Yeah, who knows what you'll bring for Sonic 4, Donut Lord?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a testament to what
It's going to be bigger and better. What's up, AJ Edits? You're a little late to the party, but the streams are going on with some random-ass comments and questions, but we're still watching interviews of Sonic 3.
I never liked the phrase kids movie, because you can
Because movies are for everyone.
that the kids are going to love as well. And I think we sort of hit that sweet spot with these movies.
And
yeah, for the most part.
Next year, it's crazy that we're almost in 25. I saw next year one of the exciting things for you is a buddy action film with Vince Vaughn.
Which I was not expecting that. Also, I've heard that James Marsden is going to be working in a movie with Ben Schwartz that's not Sonic related. So that's one to behold.
Me, Vince Vaughn, Asa Gonzalez. It's action comedy, I guess.
There's many people excited for Sonic 3. Film's premiere might be out for like 8 days left. Well, 7 days for me, but we'll be 8.
Really sick.
And then look, there's some dude holding a shadow plush. I just noticed that. One dude is holding a shadow plush and a shadow poster.
Hey, without giving anything away, but it's a new concept.
I thought that was Ellis Mark for a second, which Ellis Mark did went to the premiere of Sonic 3 with his Latina girlfriend. How ironic.
I don't feel like you've seen before in a movie without spoiling it.
That makes me think.
Don't spoil, James. We're literally 1 week away from the movie.
Something I haven't seen before. Is that kind of what we're hoping to do again?
It's why this movie appealed to me. We have an opportunity to break ground a little bit with it. And so
yeah, that right, Mr. Notebook guy. I'm not joking with you. Literally, if you scroll down, it says from the Notebook to Sonic the Hedgehog.
Doing the same thing over and over again.
That's hilarious.
In 25, what is the thing that you are most looking
How come you're not Deadpool and Wolverine?
In the new year, what am I looking forward to?
Never expect a New Year's resolution being asked in this press interview.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm actually.
Are you gonna come back for Hop 2?
A bit more.
I'm just kidding. That's not gonna happen. That'll be stupid though.
Ease off the gas a little bit.
You're a father, right?
Spend more time with my kids.
There you go. Right answer. Hang out with more of your kids. And now we get to Ben Schwartz, which I'm surprised it's the longest. And you want to know why it's the longest? Because
some of the ones watch out.
Pause. The reason why it's the longest is because it's not about Ben Schwartz. You got Lee Majdoub, you got Tika Sumpter, you got Kristen Ritter, all everyone's. I know that my cousin has a plush of Sonic and Tails during like 2 years of Christmas. That's cool.
Everybody. Those are probably the two.
Well, hey yo, Agent Stone, are you cheating on your boss, bro?
This is a wild red carpet.
I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that bro to be that zesty.
What a tease.
Always comes back to you.
Shaking.
Always come back.
What was that?
Fun. I've been with you since Jake and Amir.
Hey, come on, really?
Man.
I sing Hail to the Milkman way too much. And if you remember that as being a quote of yours.
What are you crazy? The beginning of that starts off with me pushing someone against the wall, if you remember. There's like a gif of it, of me pushing this person, him spinning against the wall. And oh my god, I felt so bad.
Oh yeah, I just saw that SpongeBob and Sonic live stream for some reason, which that doesn't make any sense. But hey, Paramount owns properties of SpongeBob and Sonic.
I pushed him so hard. He's like, no, I sold it. But I'm very happy. Watch out, Knuckles is here.
I'm very Knock, he's gonna punch in your face, bro.
One of those things like, which is like an obscure quote from something which you just can't help but repeat and on a loop in your head.
Oh. By the way, I have 100 of Jim's, which is far enough right.
Oh, there he is! There he is!
Some of the
Move out the way, Ben Schwartz. I must feed for my grapes.
Some of the ones of Jim's that I love are okay because it seems like you're.
Wait! Rewind that. Did I just saw a Mario backpack? Hold on. Yep, someone brought a Mario backpack. Sorry, buddy. Wrong video game franchise.
Ones of Jim's that I love are. Okay.
What's next? Is someone gonna bring a Pokemon merch to the Minecraft movie premiere?
Because it seems like you're a comedy nerd like I am. Okay. So in Dumb and Dumber, which is one of my favorite movies of all.
Have you not watched my videos, Hulk? You're so uncultured. Uncultured to the pop culture dude clan.
All the time. There's a scene where he's in the limo. And he's just said goodbye to Mary Swanson, right?
Oh, Dumb and Dumber!
Goodbye, my love!
Goodbye, my love!
Into an accident. I have said that.
You idiots are not cultured to get that reference, because obviously Dumb and Dumber is one of Jim Carrey's comedy movies, but also Ben Schwartz's personal favorite Jim Carrey movie.
1,000 times, as well as our pets' heads
are falling off. Hey! I mean, he referenced that in the first Sonic movie. I'm wet, I'm cold, there's a fish in my head! And it's an inspiration of what Jim Carrey said in Dumb and Dumber. We have no food! We have no jobs! Our pets' heads are falling off! Love that.
Those are probably the two...
hey, yo! Stone! Chill, bro! Chill!
There's a lot going on. There's a lot of people moving around. Lee's here. Everybody's having a really good time. We're all doing a great...
Hey, I will say this. Both Ben and Lee, they're like both the most dedicated guys that should be around this. And could y'all stop spamming the same comments? Jeez, it's getting annoying.
He looks amazing too. It's insane you haven't talked about how
Hold up.
He looks
We both are wearing mock.
We're trying mock next. We're really trying mock next today. It's going great. It's going great. Yeah, it's great.
We mentioned Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey. Whoa. I almost fell.
At this point,
I remember that, Stone. What the heck? I know, right?
Is that normal to...
And why are some of y'all spamming the same comments?
We are friends. Even though it's always amazing when you get a text and his name pops up, you're like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Ben Schwartz was invited to Jim Carrey's birthday earlier this year next to Adam Sandler, David Spade, and all the comic legends. So, yeah, you're in the friend zone with Carrey with now in 3 Sonic movies.
Well, yes, I got to play backgammon with him the other day.
With your Pinocchio-looking nose,
first of all, such an inspiration to me as a comedian and as someone who can do comedy and drama, but then also as a human being.
Hey, It takes a lot of inspiration, bro, so I can't disagree on that.
He's been so supportive and so awesome and loving and really collaborative about all these movies. When a trailer comes out, he'll text being so positive, and it's just awesome. His next set is to try to befriend Keanu Reeves whenever he gets here.
You're finally in a movie with Keanu, bro. Actually, no, scratch that. They were in a movie together. DC League of Super Pets. Keanu was Batman and Ben Schwartz was a guinea pig.
Billion also.
We've done 3 Sonic movies now.
Yes.
Obviously, like they say, the best things come in 3s, but is Sonic something which has more legs than that? To excuse the pun. Like, we hope it more.
Have you seen the movie yet or no? Okay, so the end of this movie, it's a secret.
Bro hasn't seen the movie yet, but yet interviewing Ben.
Sets up before it in like such an exciting way, especially if you play the video games, that I hope we get to make that.
See, it's intentional that they set up a Sonic 4, so go see the movie, support it. And then we'll get that 4th movie, like, I don't know, 2026, 2027, I don't know.
I guess if this does well enough, we get to keep doing that type of stuff. Yeah.
I appreciate you coming to the UK and doing some improv shows.
Did you go?
I couldn't make it.
Oh, wow.
Please come to Florida, Ben. I would love to see you live in person.
Apollo, and I did Royal Albert Hall, and so Ben Schwartz and friends will come back here, but I don't know what year. I don't know if it's 2025 or 2026. We're doing
26. Whoa!
Next year. I hope you come.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'm available for those moments.
It's kind of an American art form at this stage, but who are the best?
I haven't been able to improvise with many people from England. It would be something I love. I've done scenes with Jamie Demetriou, who's staff Let's Flats, who's one of my. I love him. I did scenes with him in movies, and I love playing with him. But I haven't been able to do long form improv anywhere from England. I mean, it would be a dream come true. I wonder if I try to do that for the next show. Try to nab somebody over here to get on stage with me.
As many as you can. I would love that.
Okay, great. Is there somebody that you want to see me perform with? Who's a great improviser from here?
Well, I'm a bad improviser. So
That's quite a tricky question because I don't even know.
It's not even improv.
Oh yeah, no.
It's just an answer.
Yeah, The Rock was Crypto, Black Adam, and yep, you got that correct. The hierarchy of the DC universe.
I would say, well, like panel shows, they're all kind of improv and they're riffing
yeah, yeah.
Coffee, that's what you bloody Brits would like to do. Sip on your teas.
Nice to meet you. You too.
Okay, now we got the furry, colorful bunch again. Okay, that's it for Ben. I think we're gonna move on to Lee Matchley, but
listen,
bruh!
skip this ad. I would too.
I don't care, bro. Give me back to the premiere.
Skip ads for
there we go. I think it's Kristen Ritter.
I love you. Hi. Welcome to this massive London event. I assure you've been into our country before. What are some of your favourite memories of being in London or being in the UK?
I love London.
Yeah.
When we shot
yeah, because you're wearing black, so of course it represents depressed people.
We did the Peppa the Pig bus tour. The Grinch.
There's a Peppa Pig bus tour in the UK? Right, because the Brits create Peppa Pig.
Bus tour.
A Grinch bus tour? I mean, the UK really loves the Grinch, and you have the Grinch himself, Jim Carrey, on the carpet.
I've seen everything, and we had the best time here. I'm so into London.
I'm so excited.
I feel like it's like the best city.
Really? Even more than New York and LA? That's crazy. Even though you're not British, Kristen. But hey, you cute, not gonna lie.
I'm inclined to agree, but I'm biased, obviously.
I've gotten pretty decent weather. Like, it's cold
I'm also surprised that she's also a mom as well.
tonight, but it's not that bad. So I'm obsessed with London.
Tell me about kind of deciding to join this franchise. Obviously, is it like a yes as soon as you know that you've been asked, or do you need to have character work first?
Well, when I was asked, my first question is Jim in this one, and obviously he's very much in it. So I was so thrilled to be asked. It's such a great family to join, and everybody's so nice, and I had the best time doing this film.
Have you had an opportunity to share some Jim Carrey memories with him?
Yeah.
I mean, I literally, on my last live stream, I was literally interviewed. No. I actually saw the interview where Kristen Ritter was talking about like how much she is a Jim Carrey fangirl, and she literally like do her like best attempt of a Fire Marshal Bill impression where he goes, "Let me tell you something."
I tried to keep it cool and not, gush too much or fangirl too much, but I am like the biggest Jim Carrey fan. So
really, Kristen, I'd like to see you try. I bet your bottom dollar you don't know what are the over 60 to possibly almost 70 movies of Jim Carrey's career. I would like to do a pop quiz, a rapid-fire pop quiz between me and Kristen. How much Jim Carrey trivia facts you know? So you got competition with me, Kristen.
for me, it was challenging, but I kept it together. I didn't freak him out, and he was so lovely and so fun, and I'm so happy I got to spend time with him.
Well, lucky you. I knew he was going to come back.
You kissed Ben Schwartz on the cheek.
Yeah, just out of nowhere. Like, what was that?
See that?
And then once again, you got Jeff Fowler's wife in the corner.
You're a family now, surely, right?
Yeah, it's really, really cool. I mean, and Ben has such a big heart and lovely to talk to and lovely to be around. I mean, this whole team is incredible. You know, from our director to, you know, Jim and the team and the voice cast and the crew. Everybody cares so much.
Obviously, you work very closely with Jim within the film, with both his characters now. What was your favourite unexpected moment with him on set during this film?
Unexpected?
Because he's a man who surely keeps us on.
Yeah, because, you know, unscripted moments.
Was that he came up with the idea that I should cut his hair on camera. So
Yeah,
I was caught off guard by that, and it was a brilliant idea.
I've said this many times before. He's just lucky to do it.
Yeah. There was definite nerves there because you don't want to mess it up, and it's his real hair, so you
It
accidentally
is.
have.
You don't want to accidentally slice his Canadian head.
So yeah, it was a lot of anxiety, stress, and excitement.
I can imagine the pressure because you're literally cutting a legend's haircut.
Yeah. What can't I do, and what can't Agent Stone do?
Obviously, we've kind of left things open at the end of this film. What is next, do you foresee?
I have
For
no
Sonic
idea.
4?
You
Metal
know,
Sonic.
I mean, that's
Metal
the
Sonic.
creative's decision. I'm down to come
Don't be
back.
shy, go
If you'll have
Bonanza.
me,
They played this
you
song
know,
in the first episode of Knuckles. Hey lady, shaking down, just wanna see you touch the ground. Hey yo, Queens, Goth Queen and Black Queen. Damn, Tika, you smoking hot girl. Sorry, y'all. Sorry that I'm thirsty. I'm just saying, Tika Sutter, she's a fine
This is my
woman.
first London event.
Really?
Like, premiere. So I'm super excited.
Well, congratulations. Now you're part of the UK British culture.
Part of such a magnificent film.
Since this is your first time at a Sonic event in London, have you tapped up Idris to ask him what we should be doing while you're in our shows?
Oh, with Idris Elba?
I said, Idris, no, we have to work together. Like when you're not a Knuckles.
So basically a non-Sonic project.
Yeah, no,
Ride Along
was
3.
in Charles Dickens' house. So that was amazing.
How's Tika not cold, right? I mean, don't get me wrong. As hot and sexy as she looks, as a matter of fact, that's a really good point. She's not wearing a coat, just like the rest of the Sonic movie cast, like Keanu, Jim, Ben. Everyone is like, yeah, even Kristen is wearing like something like a sleeve jacket, but not Tika. I mean, I get it. Her skin is beautiful, but man, I guess she just does the character. She's like, yeah, let me put on my hot body on. But hey, keep on slaying, girl. Keep on slaying.
We are on the third Sonic movie now, and does it ever get easier?
But yeah, how is she not cold through that?
The character who isn't there. What's the secret to acting opposite a pretend co-star?
I think we are all very comfortable in our roles now. I know Sonic's personality. I know Knuckles' personality.
And to be fair, just like Ben Schwartz, this is like her only first successful cinematic career. No. Like her only successful franchise, because I think outside of Sonic, I only know her in like Gossip Girl, the Ride Along movies with Kevin Hart and Ice Cube, some TV show called Final Space, and yeah, that's it. That's all I know about Tika Sumpter.
Tails, James and I have like our chemistry that we have.
I will say this, her and James, really good chemistry off and on screen.
So everybody's like settled back in. It's just like having fun, literally, and using our imagination.
And we would assume, I think, that, you know, things are in trilogies these days. However, Sonic seems like a franchise that has legs.
Yep.
It can run and run.
And Tika seems to be enjoying it as much as everyone else.
That's the plan. Would you like just this continue?
Till the wheels fall off. If the fans show up, we show up.
Exactly what I just said, Tika. Exactly what I just said. So yeah, that'll be all for the UK interviews. I think that'll be all from the UK behalf.
It's also a bit like living my dream a little bit.
Go back to the
like,
search bar. Tell them to stop or I'll pull up a search history. I was trying to find the one where it's literally just Ben, James, and Tika together, if that's cool with the majority of you guys. And I think after Ben, James, and Tika, I think that's about it in terms of like quote-unquote interviews that we have not seen yet. So let me just try to find a shorter version, because there's one that's literally, I'm not joking with y'all, 23 minutes. Okay, I'm sorry, but your comments, your questions are becoming stupid, Hulk, so I don't know. Why does Zendaya voice Amy Rose? That would be hilarious if I'm being honest with you. I mean, I see the voice will be weird, but I'm like, why am I hearing the voice of Spider-Man's girlfriend literally as Amy Rose? I still prefer Anna Kendrick and who's the other one? Yeah, Kristen Bell. Those are still my top picks. I know Zendaya is another fan favorite actress, and she has done voice acting, but I don't know. It would just be like too much of Zendaya's voice, but that's personally just me. But yeah, let me watch this interview because the original video is too long, but this one's like the most important parts for Ben, James,
Alright
and
guys,
Tika.
welcome back to another new...
No disrespect to you, dude, but we're skipping ahead with James, Ben, and Tika.
Just changes.
Go back. The question.
It grows.
Fun fact, I actually saw this woman in person when I met director Sam Raimi at MegaCon, the director who made the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie. So I saw this chick in person. I'm like, girl, I see you in my movie theater screens, and now I'm seeing her in person interacting with famous people. But now she's interacting with the Wachowski trio since the first movie, James Marsden, Tika Sumpter, and Ben Schwartz, a.k.a. Tom, Manny, and Sonic.
Evolves quite a bit, so what can you tease about how the family dynamic between all these characters changes?
Literally, because they've all been there since day one for the first film.
Changes.
Like the fact that she's wearing like a business tie.
I mean, it's we've seen him grow up. We're seeing him grow up, and you know, these themes of like letting your child make their own mistakes and letting them find their confidence.
With
in their
great
voice
power
and their
comes
identity.
great responsibility.
You see Sonic growing into himself and feeling more confident, and from the first film where he wanted to be accepted and feel like he had a home with somebody, with a family, and now he's you know, he's overcome those feelings of I mean, Ben can speak to this more than I can.
Yeah, like,
you know,
in other words, just like how every Sonic movie character often fights with loneliness, it's exactly how it is. From Sonic being a loner on Earth, then got reunited with the family. Tails is a weirdo. Knuckles lost his family. Shadow lost Maria. Eggman got alone. Like I said, everyone's lonely, especially us in real life. We can relate.
You're met with those obstacles of self-doubt and do I belong here and what's my purpose?
I walk alone. I walk
as he
alone.
gets older and he's
Has his team.
surrounded by surrounded by his family, but not only his family, his friends, where he feels like I'm allowed to, you know, I'm allowed to be myself around these people and do good and get out there and do good.
Be a goofy
so
goober.
He's discovering, you know, he's evolving. He's
Everybody's
evolving
lonely.
and he's
aren't we
evolving
all?
in a really safe place because he's loved by all these people that surround him. So it's kind of, there's a little bit of a, we're letting him go, feel a little bit, not entirely, but like, you know, you do that with your children. You let them.
Yeah,
you let them.
But
go
I'm
up
still a
and one
virgin.
person
I'm
to do
still
is
not married, so I
stand
cannot
on
relate,
two
James.
feet.
But I understand what you mean.
And then what's your identity too as parents? You
yeah.
know, after they go.
So much
right?
parenthood
what do you
prep
do?
talk
What do
from
you
James and
besides
Tika.
Work and all the things. Like, what are your
Yeah.
hobbies?
And you see a glimpse of that for a moment in this
I
movie.
mean, luckily I'm not in my 40s like those guys, but I probably might relate once when I get into my 40s.
When
Yeah,
he takes off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ben, I'll switch it up for you a little bit. I'll give you a big two-parter about voicing Sonic.
Wow.
What is something about your approach to playing this character that has stayed the same from film 1 to now, but also what's something about Sonic's film 3 arc that demanded something different from you?
I think what Ben is about to say is literally of how I predicted in my Sonic Movie 3 predictions video, aka my most popular upload ever on YouTube, where I think Ben's gonna say it, where Sonic, like in the first movie, learn how to discover his powers, learn how to find a family. Second movie is learn how to become a hero and look out for the people that he knows. And then third movie is becoming a team leader.
Great question.
Thank you.
That's a sincerely great question. Okay, so one of the things I think that has stayed constant is I think of Sonic still as kind of like, I think in the first movie what I saw from him was basically he's this kid who's so excited.
Why did Tom Maguire voice over the Hedgehog? Why not Tom Holland? Tom Holland has a more fitting voice.
The idea that in the video games he runs
having a Spider-Man actor to play Self
really fast, but I think also he talks fast. You know, he wants to be a part of a family. He's really
part of that world.
Only in the first film, and then he finds Tom and Maddie, which I think give him a sense of like, you know, he's an outsider at the beginning. Nobody wants to really talk to him. He finds his family. Second movie, I think that it's like he has to learn how to be teammates with Tails and kind of grow up a little bit. And I think the third movie is more like he has to learn how to be the leader of the team. And
Bingo! It's exactly how I wanted for Sonic's arc throughout all three movies, and it's exactly what I asked for. So thank you, Ben, and thank you, Jeff Fowler, for taking notes on that.
That means to share the spotlight, and he doesn't have to do everything himself. Yeah, and that's a big lesson that...
Yeah, like most of us, we can't pay taxes for our own. We definitely need assistance from our parents. So that's why we can't do everything on our own.
Both of them teach in the movie where it's like, you can't do it all yourself. You have to be a member of the team. So I think the thing throughout all those is that I think he's always snarky. He's always funny.
Like,
he always
you know,
loves
what you
really
expect
hard.
from
he
Sonic.
Loves his family and he loves his team a lot.
Like what Vin Diesel will
That's the
say,
stuff
family.
that stayed the same. The stuff that changes is, I think that with you guys, you can see him growing up in that he kind of breaks the rules with you a little bit more. And he's growing up as like a kid a little bit more and stuff like that. So there's more. And also the stakes of this film are like monumental. This movie is
Avengers
enormous.
level stakes.
The movies keep getting bigger.
Tokyo, London.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like they get so big, and the CG is so big, and the action sequence is so big, and the guy from Speed is in our movie. So
I get it, because, you know, Keanu.
Enormous, and so the stakes are so big that when he has to get serious, he has to get serious, and I think he...
Which, once again, I feel like that's one of the biggest concerns about Sonic 3, where is it too goofy, or does it need to be too serious? Like, I would say it'll be more balanced, like one of the earlier Marvel movies from phase 1 to 3, where you do got your action spectacle, you do got your hee ha ha comedy hour stuff, but then take the time for like add some heart, add some character development, add some dark intense stuff that would like build the stakes up, develop the characters, but also create conflict. I feel like Sonic 3, from what I've read from most reviews, will still master that in a way. I mean, there will be some flaws, don't get me wrong, but I think Sonic 3 would find that balance of when it's lighthearted when it needs to be, and when it's time to get dark when it needs to get serious for the characters and the story as well.
He does it in a little bit more of a mature way, and when he sees that he's failing, he's able to handle things. He's not an adult yet, but he's really growing.
Yeah, so in other words, Sonic is still a teen learning how to grow up. Like me.
Up, and you're watching him grow up.
And he's able to ask for help.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
a big thing is him learning that he can't.
I
do
need
it
some help!
Okay. I'll follow up on what you just said about the guy from Speed. I'll go there next.
Yeah, Keanu. Do you think we'll get a movie adaptation where... I'm not sure if they're ready for that, if the general public's going to do that. And don't get me wrong, Sonic Unleashed is a great game. I really like the story, but I'm not sure if they're going to do that for a movie. Maybe an inside reference for like maybe a Halloween special, but I don't know if they run out of ideas like Sonic Movie 10, or I might as well call it Sonic X. Sonic becomes a werehog, and then boom, the furry fandom is going to be rising up high and filling up the seats for those reasons.
I seem to just, all I can think about is Speed right now and Sandra Bullock.
The more you guys talk about Speed with Keanu Reeves, the more I'm like, I gotta rewatch that movie since that will be referenced again in Sonic 3!
Actually, you haven't seen the finished film, so I'm not entirely sure if you can answer this to the fullest, but when you first heard that Keanu Reeves was cast as Shadow, what was it that made you think, like, yes, this is the perfect character-actor pairing?
It's Keanu
Come on,
Reeves.
it's Keanu. It's like capturing lightning in a bottle.
He's got that brooding sort of dark side. It's also
especially when he talks
so
like this.
Sweet and like lovable as well. You can tell he's not just. I think his John Wick stuff is like.
Duh.
I don't know, the action star kind of dark side to him. The Matrix. I don't know. Just
Yep, there you go.
He's got a great voice for it.
10 years of John
I think the
Wick,
darkness
25
in
years
that,
of
like,
Matrix,
this
you
Shadow's
name it.
the ultimate life form and the thing that
Hey,
can't be beaten.
you
and
said
it's
it.
just
You
like,
said it.
he has
You
so
said
much
ultimate life
gravitas
form.
to his voice that when you hear it with my pitched up, like
That's the
a
contrast
great,
of high
like,
and low.
juxtaposition of like we're two hedgehogs, one's darker than the other one, and so it's just like
It's Goku and
he
Vegeta
plays
from
it-
Dragon Ball Z.
He's so good in the movie that he just immediately you're like, oh my goodness, this is an amazing version.
The coolest
of
thing about him
Shadow.
is because I think everyone expected him to do the sort of dark voice, stuff like that. But he weirdly leans into the Bill and Ted thing.
Because of freaking Ted Logan.
Performance is shit.
Wild Stallions rule. Live and learn, my dudes.
Point Break and Parenthood roles.
Hey, shout outs to other Keanu movies,
Okay.
Point Break, and
I also could spend this
yeah,
entire
what he said,
interview just going through
Parenthood.
Keanu's filmography.
Yeah, Constantine, should we?
Here's another
I
thing that I
forgot
don't
he
know
was
if
in
you'll
that
be able
movie.
to answer because I don't know how many of you directly got to work with him while he was doing this. But the
It's
thought
voiceover
of getting
booth,
double
so
Jim
that's a
Carrey in this
no-no.
movie delights me to no end. If you did get this chance, what was it like seeing him pull double duty in this film?
Well, Ben can't say, but both
saw
James
a
and
little
Tika
bit.
can.
We saw it.
Yeah.
Because they were on set
It's a joy.
while Ben
We
was
just
just
sit
doing the
there
voice.
like a
Smile on our
bowl of
face.
popcorn,
We're
watching him do
goofy.
his thing. He's a master. He really is. Like
An absolute
Ben's talking about improv
legend,
and all this, and
comedic
obviously he can do
mastermind.
that, but his approach is always.
We had
been
Dennis Hopper, so technically
like,
shout out Father
to come
President
in
King
with, like,
Koopa.
literally,
Facts,
like,
that is
shit.
also true.
He knows exactly
Ideas,
what
yeah.
he wants to
So
do.
yeah, that was
day.
an early
With each
Shadow
line,
King Koopa
he's
crossover.
He's very big on being specific.
Yes.
Yeah, you got that right.
It's like watching somebody.
Paint.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
sing
it's
a
really,
song.
Literally painting a
cool
picture.
to see, and he's very meticulous and very much a perfectionist about all of his stuff. So it's really fun to watch, and he just surprises you sometimes with things that might not necessarily be in the script. Even it's just like, oh my God, just a brilliant mind, and he cares so much. His dedication to what he brings to this character, it just has to be. You can tell that he will never settle for like that's kind of funny, or kind of a good take. So anyway, it's just really interesting to watch.
Yeah, so you saw it. I mean, I'm so.
Oh wow! Just when I sat in, perfect timing. And yeah, by the way, chats, I believe after watching that interview, I feel like this is the best time to wrap it up for 2 reasons. Number 1, the stream is long overdue. 3, I know the Game Awards is happening in like an hour and a half. I know y'all are going to be more excited for that. So that being said, for those that stick around, thank y'all for watching the stream. And before I go, I will be excited to watch Sonic 3 literally from a week right now. But I will say this, I feel like before we decide to wrap up everything, I say we should definitely wrap this up with a live cover of Escape from the City. But, you know, whether or not that's going to be in the actual movie or not. But that being said, I think this is the best way just to wrap things up. So, without further ado, let's go. Long-ass stream. Pfft. Wait till you watch my other earlier ones. You think this is long? There's a lot more longer ones. But without further ado, let's end this off with this iconic song. Before the movie comes out. Make sure the loudest volume. I doubt it's going to be in the movie, but still, pay a homage to it because, you know, SA2 references. Being happy is that it matters if you are alone. Pretty much. World Domination Playlist, Stone. Hit it! Let's rock this joint! Woo! Oh yeah, this guy, Nate. Oh yeah! Rolling around at the speed of sound. Okay, I was making sure if I could hear his voice. My rainbow! To keep moving on. Only one way to find out. Must keep on looking ahead. It's bigger than my hairy forehead. Take my lead, I'll set you free. Follow me, set me free, buddies. Trust me and we will escape from the city. I'll make it through. Follow me. Set me free. Trust me and we will escape from... Thank you for quoting that from the Mask. Let's rock this joint. Move it to you. Oh, I almost cracked up myself. That was not too good. 0 out of 10. I'm out of American Idol. Bye-bye. I'm just kidding. Dangerous looking around every turn. Trust your feelings. Gotta live and learn. Oh, shiitake mushrooms. Other places, only one way to do. I don't care what lies ahead. Okay, I can't even go that high. Instead, because puberty sucks, ladies and gentlemen. Take my lead, I'll set you free. It's now I'm turning it like it's a country song. Set me free. Trust me and we will escape from the city. We already have Escape from the City, but we did not have the song. The song was not in the movie. Well, hopefully for future ones. At least we're getting live and learn, so that counts. But anyway, we're about to wrap this up. Move it to you. Follow me. Follow me. Alrighty then. I'll make it through. Oh yeah. Woo! Way past Kuma, dudes. So yeah, that's the end of the stream. Thank you all so much for watching. Beware of spoilers for Sonic Movie 3 coming up later next week. Stay tuned for my cosplay videos and subscribe to the channel if you have or have not for the Pop Culture Dude. I will be back for my cosplay videos, my non-spoiler review, my spoiler, and everything else for Sonic Movie 3 and everything else. So thank you guys so much for watching the stream. Hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I'll definitely see you guys in the next video. Take care now. Bye-bye then. Later, haters.